For sure.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Chang podcast, episode 23, featuring Sati, aka Hunterxsati. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. We're gonna talk about your life. I hope you're as excited as I am. So, on the top right, you guys can see the panel, and on the bottom right, you can see our Instagrams. Feel free to drop a follow if you guys would like. There's also two commands, exclamation podcast, if you guys would like to understand why I'm doing this. And in short, it's to get to know other streamers on a more personal level. You know, just gotta get to know our homies. And exclamation guest to see Sati's Twitch channel. So please drop a follow if you haven't already. Okay, let's just jump right into it. First off, can you give us a brief introduction about yourself and include like some of your hobbies and interests?
All right, so I'm Sati, but obviously Twitch knows me as Hunterxsati. Outside of Twitch, I do work. I work as a chef at a VIP theater. Play a lot of sports. I used to play a lot of sports before COVID hit. Played basketball, badminton, volleyball, football. Did a lot of that. I finished 2 years of university as business. And yeah, I just play Val. I don't really play anything else but Val. Yeah.
For sure, man. How would you describe your personality?
Personality?
Yeah.
I think my personality is pretty like approachable, friendly. I don't really get toxic unless, you know, another team is toxic. Never initiate toxicity. I don't approve of it. Yeah.
Would you consider yourself more of like an introvert or an extrovert?
I would say extrovert, honestly.
Yeah, for sure. That's dope. I can see that. Let's talk about your childhood. So like your background, where, when you were born, what was life like, and then kind of give us like an overview of what it was like growing up before I ask you specific questions.
Okay, so I'm 20 years old. I was born in the Philippines. I was born in a very like small town, so I didn't come from like a rich family or anything. I didn't come from a city, so I had to like adjust to it when I came here. I was there until I think I was 12 or 11, forget. But yeah, I don't really know. What do you want to know? Like, like how school is like?
Well, you said you were from the Philippines, right? Before?
I am, yeah.
And then I guess the transition to where you're at now and what's life like now.
Oh, 100%. Honestly, like, it's a big difference because in the Philippines, like, we didn't have any internet, anything like that. Like, at school, we didn't have no Wi-Fi. We didn't have these, like, smart boards. We use, like, a chalk and, like, a board, obviously, right? Yeah, no, like, high techs or anything. It was actually pretty, like, old-fashioned. I went to a public school. But yeah, we had, like, I think every class was, like, 50 students. That's, like, a typical Filipino class.
Wait, how old were you when you moved?
I moved when I was 11, so I turned 12 here.
Oh, sick. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah, I'm taking notes along the way, so this is good.
Yeah.
Okay, so specific questions. I guess we'll start with when you were born, right? So, how close are you, or were you with your parents? What type of relationship did you guys have?
So when I was actually, my parents didn't raise, they did kind of raise me, but um, they, so my dad and my parents are actually separated, right?
I
So
see.
I was raised by my grandma by herself. My mom was in Canada first, and then she was working abroad and then just, you know, sending money over. And yeah, it was just my grandma raising us basically. Yeah.
What about your dad? What happened to him?
Oh, my dad. Oh, well, it was kind of like we were kind of alternating between like living with my dad and my grandma. So we're kind of
Oh.
switching and switching. So I lived with my dad for like maybe let's say 5 years altogether. And yeah, the rest with my grandma.
How many siblings do you have, and what's your relationship like with them?
I have two. I have a brother and a sister. My brother and I are pretty close, and my sister and I are really close actually. My brother and I, we used to fight a lot. Like now we're a little more mature, so just a little nag here and there. My sister and we used to bully her a lot just for being annoying and like
Is she the
small.
youngest or what?
She's
Is
the
that why?
youngest, yeah, yeah. I'm a middle child. Yeah, she's the
Oh.
youngest. So obviously, you know how that goes. But yeah, now she's grown up and everything. It's a lot easier to like communicate with her. If she needs something, obviously she comes up to me. Yeah, I think our relationship right now is really good actually.
How about like your living situation now? Are you still with your family?
I'm still with my parents, um, with both of my siblings.
Oh, sick, sick.
Hmm.
All right. So talking specifically about life in the Philippines, do you have any stories and memories to kind of go on about to let us know what it was like?
What it was like. Um,
Like you said, no technology, but you were
yeah,
there
like
since you were 11,
yeah. No, okay,
or when you were
so
11.
for us, we didn't have like a computer or anything. We didn't have internet, Wi-Fi,
Mm-hmm.
nothing like that. But we had phones. Um, you could text each other obviously. But it was like one of those like a Nokia phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just that, literally just that. But yeah, no technologies at all. Um, Most of the time when we're bored, we would just go to like an open court, and we would hoop there. That's kind of how I learned basketball. Um, I actually used to play ping pong when I was in grade six. I used to
Oh
be in a
shoot.
team. Yeah, I used to be in a team for ping pong. That was fun. That was a good experience for sure.
Nice. So what was school like within the Philippines and just your relationship with friends?
School was tough. School in the Philippines is very advanced. I think when I came here, I was in grade seven.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and what they were learning, I learned it in like grade four, grade three, right?
Wow. Yeah.
So it was pretty advanced. But yeah.
And so was the reason why you moved to Canada specifically for your mom? Like, is she the reason?
Yeah, no, yeah, she is the reason. I mean, like, she came here first to, give us a better life. So, and it is a lot better here. Like, I'm not gonna deny that. Um, if I had a choice to go back to visit, 100% I would. But to live there, no, I wouldn't.
Yeah. So you must have left a lot of family and memories, friends behind, huh?
Yeah, no, 100%. I didn't have actually I didn't have a lot of friends. When I was a kid, I was shy. I wasn't as outgoing as I am now. Um, I was kind of just like focusing on school. Didn't really talk to anyone. I had friends here and there, but I didn't hang out with them outside of school. It was just in school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nice. Few people drop by to say what's up.
Oh, hi bestie. Happy birthday, by the way. Happy belated birthday. I was watching your stream yesterday. Dude, there were a lot of people. Look, it's scary.
Dude,
No,
I
I just
can't.
get intimidated quite a bit when there's a lot of people in one call.
Uh-huh.
Like I would just shut up and just watch and yeah, listen.
Yes, so you're basically saying education's advanced, but the living situation isn't as good.
No, not as good for sure. Yeah, like we didn't have access to the like Google, so we
Mhm.
couldn't actually cheat. We had to like read off of books, right? We had to memorize everything.
Yeah.
That's what yeah, you can't cheat. That's a big problem. Not a
Mhm.
problem, but like it was a struggle.
What was the like discipline like for you from your parents as a kid?
Um, like I said, like I mentioned, it was my grandma who raised us.
Mhm.
Discipline wise, um, painful, physically painful. I don't know if it applies to like other, so definitely not for those who were born abroad, right, outside of Philippines. But um, my grandma was really strict. She taught us how to be respectful, everything. Honestly, when I came here, I was really grateful because without her, I wouldn't be as respectful as I am now. I wouldn't be showing like respect to anyone. But you would get hit by a belt. That's like a
Mhm.
typical Filipino way of disciplining your kids.
Yeah.
Get hit by a belt, you kneel on like beans. You like stay outside even if it's like the middle of the night. If you do something wrong, like really wrong, you stay outside and it's dark. So in the Philippines, it actually starts getting dark at 5, and the sun rises at 5 in the morning as well.
Hmm.
So
Jeez.
that's pretty scary. Yeah.
So to be clear, when you were a kid, that's when your parents split, like divorced.
Yeah. No. How old was I? I was in grade. I believe I was in grade 1. No, grade 2. I was in grade 2 when they divorced.
Hmm.
But I didn't know that back then. Back then, I thought it was just my mom working, in Canada, and then my dad just didn't want to live with my grandma, so we went to like a different town.
Yeah. So you
Yeah,
processed it differently.
yeah. No, in my head, it was that's how because I didn't maybe I was scared, but at the same time, I was a kid, right?
Hmm.
So when all these things are happening, adults like make up stuff, make you believe that this is that, this and that. So yeah.
Hmm. When did you realize that was the case, and how did you react to that?
um, when I realized,
Hmm.
so my mom actually brought my dad right now, like my stepdad right now, to the Philippines a few years after she left. And then I thought it was just her coworker. That's what my grandma said, right? Maybe
Hmm.
she knew and she just didn't want to tell us, but that's how he was brought into me. Um, my initial reaction was like, oh, it's just my mom's coworker. But then eventually, you start like I start more maturing, because I feel like where I came from, it's pretty common for kids to be pretty mature at a very young age. Like let's say 10 or 11, like you're already pretty mature. You're like, how to respect elders. Like
That's good.
that's how
Yeah.
it is there. Yeah. So it's kind of nice. Um, but yeah, no, to me, I don't know. Like things happen. If it's not working out, it's not working out. Like if the relationship is abusive, I'm not saying it was abusive, but if it is abusive, then obviously you need to get out of there. Um,
Hmm.
to me, it was just my mom doing her thing, for
Yeah.
herself, like to like just in a healthy relationship. My dad was pretty like he had anger issues. Like if you're hurting your kids physically, like I'm not saying I'm abused.
Yeah.
To me, this is like kind of part of discipline or whatever. Um, but if you're like hurting your kids physically on purpose or not on purpose, but like out of nowhere, like you're not disciplining them or anything, then are you really being a good parent? Like my grandma did things to us to discipline us, right? To teach us things. But if you're just hurting your kids for, I don't know, because I got locked out. So one time I got locked out outside, and my dad didn't have keys, and we didn't have keys. So then he kind of punched us in the stomach, like my brother and I. So
Oh.
I will always remember that pain. That's like one thing that I will never forget that he did, because that was painful. Like holy
Yeah.
smokes, I was like in grade 2 when that happened. So like even now I can remember it.
Hmm.
Out of all the things, out of all the things, out of all the bondings, out of all the happy things that we've done, that's one thing that I'll never forget.
Yeah.
But I don't hold a grudge. I will never hold a grudge. It's past. It's just I will still remember it. That's it.
And you're still in contact?
No, not anymore, sadly.
Okay, okay.
We were for a few years after I moved here, but then my mom kind of found out, and then she got mad. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I understand.
Mhm.
So, talk about like moving to Canada, the transition for you, the culture shock aside from the technology. Do you have like early memories flying across the
Um,
world?
no, okay. So the very first thing that I was really excited about before moving here
Uh-huh.
was snow, dude. Snow was like, oh my god, it's winter, like it's snowing. I love snow because I've only seen it in movies, right? I've never like experienced it. So my very first like my first like initial reaction of snow was like, oh my god, snow, it's ice. Holy
Yeah.
smokes, it's snowing. But then like a couple months later, because in where I'm from, it's 6 months I think of winter.
Oh.
After like 2 months, bro, I got tired of it and I hated it. I still hate it right now. It's
Hmm.
so, it's freezing.
That's in where? Alberta?
Alberta, yeah.
Okay. And you've been there ever since that move from the Philippines, right?
Yeah, ever since I actually haven't like visited or anything like that.
Yeah, so snow was like a huge culture shock for you and the weather.
Mhm.
How about the diversity in the people?
The people. So before I actually came here, I heard a lot of good things. You know, kind of Canadian are like very nice and everything.
Yeah.
Um, but to me, I'm like, I feel like if you go over to the Philippines, it's really respect. Like it's really nice there. The people are really nice there, very considerate. Um, I'm not saying the people here are bad. Like no, they are nice, but I thought it was just like a lot more different. But it's the same thing. I feel like even if you go to the U.S., there is a good side and a bad side.
Yeah.
I just think it's like overhyped. Like I just feel like most of the good things from here is put in the media,
Mm-hmm.
and the bad things, like most of the bad things, are left behind. But I feel like it's the same thing. Like it's there's a good side and a bad side of a country. You know, this respectful community, there's racist community, like same thing.
Yeah. So there was a question, which part of the Philippines were you from?
I'm from so there's three parts of the Philippines. There's Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. I was from Luzon. I lived in a province. I lived in
Mhm.
a small town in a province. I don't know if you know where Cavite is.
Oh, I
Cavite.
don't. I don't know my
Yeah,
geography there.
yeah. No, but it's like below Manila.
Okay.
That's a province below Manila. Yeah.
So speaking on that, um, when did you learn English, or did you know it your whole life, or what, or speak it?
Um. So now I'm kind of contradicting myself right now, but in the Philippines we had an English subject,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't like a full speaking like English. It was like kind of learning parts of sentences like nouns, pronouns, verbs, stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Um, but that was like one course that I hated because I never thought that I would use it, right? So I never like, dude, I speak to God. Like, why do I need English? Like maybe in the future, but that's fine. So when I came here, I actually didn't learn. I didn't know. I barely knew English. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know. I had to learn off of books, movies, and my dad.
I see.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice. Oh, he was asking, how do you spell it? The town you're from?
You spell it for sure. I'll type it in chat. There you go.
There you go. Okay, so we could talk a little more about school during your
Yeah.
childhood.
Mhm.
So I guess you could talk about your first school that in Canada. What was it like, and what did you do and stuff like that?
Okay. First school in Canada. It's in grade 7.
Yeah.
Um, it was hard. Honestly, I remember it being very difficult just because I couldn't like. So obviously, like I needed to like. I could understand English fully.
Yeah.
That was one thing, but I couldn't speak it fluently. That was the second thing. So it was fine for me to like listen to like whatever the teacher's saying, but whenever like let's say like the teacher or like a student comes up to me like try to talk to me, it takes time for me to process in my brain, converting what they said to Tagalog, and then converting Tagalog to English of what I'm gonna say.
I see.
Right. So I had to process that. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Um. So definitely communicating was a big um problem for me in when I first came here. Um, but yeah, no, I think school here is pretty nice. The teachers are really nice, or at least where I went to. The students were very welcoming. Like my teacher introduced me. Oh, like this student is from another country. Like he's still learning English. I was put in a program called English
Like the
as my
ESL
first
stuff?
language. Yeah, ESL. Yeah, that. Yeah, I forgot about that. I
Okay.
was put in that actually helped me a lot. The teacher that taught me, um, like English was very nice, really nice actually. So
Mm-hmm. And how about like the ethnicity around your area? What is it like?
um area like my neighborhood ish.
Yeah, or schools too. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. Well, my neighborhood like neighborhoods here are not really like as close as they would be in the Philippines because in the Philippines you kind of know all your neighbors,
I see.
right? Here I don't know about the U.S., but here you see them and you wave. That's it. Like, you don't actually get to know them. You don't have dinners with them, nothing like that. But in schools, it was very diverse. Yeah, I think it was very diverse. It was actually really easy to fit in. It wasn't like hard, you know. Um, people were welcoming, yeah, stuff like that.
Oh, so you weren't like a minority there. There's just
No,
like a
no,
lot of
I was not a
Asians.
minority. Yeah, there were a lot of Asians.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like. Obviously, it was a lot easier for me to get along with them than, like, let's say, like other ethnicities, because I can communicate with them better. I can, because they also speak Tagalog, right? So yeah, but it was definitely diverse. It wasn't like a one-sided school.
Yeah. Okay, then you could, I guess, summarize how you spent your time throughout like middle school and high school.
Okay, middle school, I played a lot of sports. That's
Yeah.
actually how I kind of um met a lot of friends through sports.
Mm-hmm.
So I it was in grade 7. That's when I tried playing the first sport that we had, because it's every season, right? So it's kind of like volleyball for like a month and a half, and then after that it's basketball for a month and a half, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I played all sports in time middle high, middle school. So I played volleyball first. I actually never played volleyball in my life, so I learned through watching people play. So if I
Nice.
watch a lot of YouTube, I learned a lot from that. So that's where I learned the rules, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then second, so because I'm very observant, right? And then yeah, I played volleyball for the first time, and then I was in the basketball team. In the basketball team, as a freshman, coming from elementary, I was put as like a red shirt. I don't know if you know what that means. As a red shirt for the senior team. So that means I got to play for one game, but I kind of turned that down because I had a final game on my real team. Like, it was the last game of the season for my junior team, so I skipped the senior game. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but I was put as a red shirt, so I was guaranteed to be in it the following year in grade 8.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I played badminton for the first time, but I actually placed top four in my city. Um,
Like individually?
individually, yeah, in singles.
Whoa.
Yeah, I played singles. Um, like, I learned really fast. That's the thing. When it comes to sports, I'm very active, and you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then what else was there? Cross country. That was like a 2 kilometer run, which is not even bad.
Still
Played
in
flag
middle
football
school, or is
in
this
middle school.
okay?
Yeah, yeah. And then flag football. So tackles not allowed. It's just a bunch, like, 2 flags, one on your right hip, one on your left hip.
Yeah.
But the same rules applies. And then track and field. I did 4x1, a 200 meter, and a 100 meter. So all those sports I carried it out for 3 whole years actually, and then for those 3 years, every end of the year your school picks the athlete of the year, right? So I got
Mhm.
actually all 3 years. I got grade 7, grade 8, grade 9. So I have 3 plaques hanging in my room.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, which is
Wait,
really nice.
grade 9 is part of middle school?
Middle school here, yeah, it's part, so it's 7, 8, 9.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, because I heard that there it's a freshman for you guys, right? For
Yeah,
high
yeah,
school.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So grade 9 here is part of middle school.
Damn, that's so cool. Okay, and
Yeah.
then other than sports, what else did you
Mhm.
do in middle school, or how
Other
were you
than sport.
socially, I guess?
Um, like I said, I met a lot of friends through sports.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I got known, right? In
Yeah.
my school. Um, I'm not like super popular. Like, I wouldn't say that. I would just say, like, I know a lot of people, but I'm not close to them. More like acquaintances, right?
Okay.
Um, but other than that, I didn't really do anything. I just studied. I didn't work yet. I started working when I was in grade 10, when I was 15.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been working for 5 years now, actually. Like, so I work part-time job from September to um, May, and then throughout summer I did 40 hours a week of, like, whatever job I find.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about jobs for sure.
Yeah.
How about academics, like overall? How was like your grades?
Academics in middle school, I didn't. I focused on them, but at the same time, sports was like a
Yeah.
new thing to me. So I was very curious. Like, I was really excited to play these sports. Like, oh, I have to put my time into it. Like, even on my off day, I would play sports like hoop, play basketball, volleyball, right? whatever there is to do. So I actually didn't focus on school as much as I did on sports, but my grades were like averaging 80, which is not as good if you compare it to someone who actually obviously studies every day.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, in middle school, to me, that's like a passing grade. That's like I'm doing good because since considering I play sports every day, right? I wake up, do practice. After school, I have another practice for another sports, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Dang, insane. Was that the same for high school, like your academics?
for academic in high school, yeah, it's the same thing. But for sports, it was a lot different actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, we could kind of transition to your high school.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Um, so high school, um, I played for 4 teams. I played for the volleyball team. The hoop was oh my goodness, basketball in high school is really hard to get into. I couldn't try out though because I was injured. So I did volleyball, badminton, track, and what's another one? I forgot the other one. But for the volleyball team, we went undefeated in tournaments. Oh, not in tournaments. We went undefeated in the season games. For the tournaments, we went 3 out of 4. The tournament that we lost, we played like a team from like a different province. Oh, they were crazy. Um, I played as a right side hitter first
Oh,
in like the
okay.
first 2 months, and then after that I was switched to libero because I was actually the shortest one in the team. I was the shortest one, but my vertical is 42 inches. So, but no matter how high I can jump,
Mm-hmm.
I can never beat tall players because they're always up there first, right? The amount of time for me it takes to jump up,
Yeah.
it's enough for them for like to take a step and just raise their hand, right? So I didn't have a problem playing libero because if anything, I was better on libero position because
Mm-hmm.
I could react faster, right? I can get there before anyone else. Like, yeah.
Wait, you're talking about freshman year?
This is yeah, grade 10 year, yeah.
Oh, you're grade 10. Jeez.
You keep forgetting, yeah.
Like 42-inch vertical at grade 10
Yeah,
and
no,
undefeated in the season.
undefeated in the volleyball season,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, which was
Okay.
nice. But like I didn't really do anything. My teammates were insane, like actually crazy.
Okay. And then what else? Since that was grade
Um,
10.
grade 10. And then I injured my leg, my right foot, and my right knee, during the volleyball season. So I couldn't play for the basketball, but I feel like even if I tried out, I wouldn't be able to make it because my high school team, like my high school basketball team, was top tier team. They're like one of the best in the city. So I don't think, no matter
Okay.
like in any way, I would have made it, right?
Mhm.
And that's like you gotta accept that. Like you gotta accept that there's always people better than you at a certain sport. Like always gonna be bigger, taller, stronger than you, right?
Yeah.
So you can't be bummed about it. So I just put hooping on the side. And then badminton I played doubles, um, men's doubles, and then for track I did a 100-meter dash, 200-meter dash, and a 4x1. So same
Mhm.
same events, yeah. And then yeah, after that I just continued like the badminton part of it and the track part of it,
Yeah.
but I couldn't really do anything. I couldn't do as much anymore because I injured my right leg basically, right?
Mhm.
And then everything started falling apart because all my bodies, like my entire body was overworked basically in junior high. At a very young age, the amount of effort, like amount of practice I put in was like way too much for my body. So I fucked up there. And then my kidney wasn't able to keep up or something like that. I had a problem with it too. I had a big problem with it. So yeah.
Wow. Okay, let's actually before we continue, let's talk about these injuries that you had.
hmm
So, was the right knee injury the very first one you had?
Uh,
Like serious injury?
a serious injury would be the right foot, and then the right knee. and those two just I couldn't play with both of them on it, you know.
And this all happened within your 10th grade year.
Yeah, on my 10th grade, yeah.
What exactly happened? Can you tell us the story behind that?
Um, so having 42-inch vert is not really like, yeah, it is crazy if you
Yeah.
look at it at a perspective, but at the same time, if you're not staying healthy, and if you're not like if you're what do you call this? If you're not like working on the right muscles that you use, it could go wrong in like a single second, like
Mhm.
a snap, if anything, right? Like, um, I don't know. I just my legs are really strong, but I feel like there's just a limit to it. Cause in high school it was a lot more competitive. The games were a lot longer
Yeah.
than in junior high. Cause in junior high most games are just best of one. In high school it was best of five, right? So you play 3 games for literally a one season match. So that was a big like that was hard for me. Like
Wait, for
I would
volleyball?
my for volleyball,
It's
yeah.
best of 5
Best of
per
5 in
school.
seasons per school, yeah.
Holy.
In tournaments it's best of 3. So you
Okay.
do 2 sets, right?
Oh yeah.
But I just put like I wasn't eating properly. I wasn't warming up properly. I was like kind of forcing myself. I was never late to practices, you know.
Yeah.
I'm always there on time, right?
Commit. Hmm.
But the practice is not the same as the game. The amount of pressure you play, like the amount of pressure you there is when you're in the game
Hmm.
just drains you. I don't know if you know what I mean, but if you're under a lot of pressure and if you're overthinking it, it's gonna drain you mentally and physically right away.
Yeah.
So no matter how long you last in practice, it's never gonna be the same in game.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just uh,
Yeah.
lots of jumping in volleyball, right? So you can't really help it. Eventually, there's gonna be something wrong if you're not staying healthy and stuff.
So that explains why it happened, but what actually happened?
Um, so it actually started with cramps, right? On my
Like
right
during a
leg.
practice?
No, during a game.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, cause like I wouldn't have time to eat
Mm-hmm.
like between games because I would be like doing homework or something, so I wouldn't be eating. And then one of the games it was like towards I think it was a game before the finals. I rolled my ankle because I wasn't eating enough. Like I was fatigued. I was so dehydrated, fatigued. I didn't eat it or anything like that because I was really focusing on school in high school as well. Like even though I was putting a lot of time towards sports, I needed time for school, like for my studies too.
Mm-hmm.
So, um, like I was playing with libero and stuff. And then during practices, I would play as a hitter, you know, and libero at the same time. It's kind of just an overall when we're practicing. Um, and then yeah, I just rolled my ankle first, and then that's when my knee gave up as well. Cause yeah, you have to be bending over, right? You can't be like standing still because when you're just standing, you're not really ready, right?
Yeah.
But when you're on your tiptoes, that's when you're ready. That's when you're like ready to react to like
Yeah.
yeah, fastball, right? But yeah, I just started giving up left and right.
So when it happened, what was like your mental state and what was the pain like?
Oh, it was painful. Even now I still feel it. Like when I'm overworking myself when I'm playing basketball, right? And when I
Mhm.
play too much, it feels like how do I explain this?
Like you feel your limit?
Yeah, no. Now I have to stop when I'm like in pain. Before I would just keep going even though I'm like hurting,
Yeah.
like my knees like giving up. I would have to keep
Adrenaline.
going.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
What the doctors say about it? Like what happened?
Um, like overwork.
Okay.
So yeah, so I told them because when I was in grade, like throughout my middle school, like I said, I played a lot of sports, so my
Yeah.
body was like built like I don't know, dude. Like it looked like I went to the gym, but I actually never went to the gym. I've never actually gone to the gym. Um, but yeah, no. When my doctor like saw me, I was like, "What the hell? Who's this guy?" Right? Um, and then he asked me about my age, and he was so surprised that I was so young, that my body was like so like matured,
built,
it's so big,
yeah.
it's built, right? And I told him, "Oh, I played a lot of sports, right?" And he was like, "Oh, how many sports do you play?" And I was like, "Oh, I play literally all year,
Mhm.
right?" And then he was like, "Oh, that makes sense. Like you're overworking yourself. Like your body is still young. Like it's not mature to the point where you can like do your like limit. I
Yeah.
would say. So he just said that, oh, your body's not prepared for it yet, and you overworked it, and you kept pushing and pushing, and that's kind of what fucked it up.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So that was right knee and right foot injury, and you just let it heal over time. Like you didn't really do PT
Yeah.
or
So
anything.
no, that was the problem too. Um, when I was injured, I would still play like something. It doesn't matter what it was. I'll play badminton, volleyball. Not fully, obviously, but I would still do something. Most of the time when I'm injured, because I've gotten injured quite a bit, I would just play basketball. I would just not in a game, but like just shoot around, right?
Hmm.
So it got to the point where it became a permanent injury. So now, like like I said, when I push myself too much, it starts hurting, right?
Yeah.
And then I can't help it now. It's to the point where it can't be healed. I just have to be careful now.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy. So what else aside from those two injuries? You said kidney after, right?
Yeah, so kidney, that was part of like being too young and your body being too built. Like you're like I don't know what I forgot what it was like a long it was in middle school, so I forgot what it was. But then um at the end, no, actually towards it, they said that I might need like a kidney transplant, switch it out. But then
A
at the
kidney
end,
transplant?
yeah, which actually scared the shit out of me. I'm not even gonna lie. I was so scared, even though I was like, oh, it's just a kidney transplant, right? But in my brain, I was like, holy smokes. Like I'm scared of like breaking my bone. Imagine a kidney transplant, like in my head, I just like imagine a knife going through my freaking stomach and just cutting out one of the kidneys and replacing it,
Yeah.
right? And then because my mom was actually in the hospital quite a bit when I first
Mm.
came here. So that's already scares me, right? Because I know she was in a lot of pain, you know. But I was really scared. But at the end, the doctor just said, "Oh, like, dude, you're just so young and you played so much sports and like that's it." Like,
Mhm.
but yeah, so
Was there anything else aside from that? Those three injuries?
um, no, not permanent injuries. That's it. No,
Okay.
other than that, I just sprains here and there, but nothing massive, nothing big.
Well, it's big. Okay, okay. So you could continue if there's anything from your sophomore year to mention, and then just go from
Uh,
there.
I don't know. I think after I did a lot of sports, I started working because I think I turned 15. I forget when I turned 15. Was it freshman? I think it was freshman. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Grade 10. After that, I started working. Uh, that's about it. I didn't really do anything else besides sports and work and studies. No girls or anything. I was no.
And then junior year was next, or like grade 11?
Grade 11. Yeah, grade 11 was next. Yeah.
Okay. How'd that go?
Um, Same thing. I just played. I think I just carried out badminton and track. I couldn't really do volleyball anymore because when you get up to the senior level of like volleyball, that's when you see like 6 foot players and there's just nothing you can do. If you're 5'6" and you try to compete with 6'9" people, like you can't. Come on now, like no matter how skilled you are in volleyball, you're not gonna be able to do anything unless you're a trained libero, unless you've been playing volleyball your whole life and you can adapt to everything. But to me, I just started playing volleyball in middle school, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I know I'm not gonna be able to do anything against these 6 footers. Like, right? I'm not saying I gave up. I'm just saying that's reality. You gotta accept it, right?
Yeah. So I guess that was it for your junior year. Just like a
Yeah,
good
that was it
summary.
for yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Anything different for senior year?
Like sports wise or
Just anything.
just anything.
Yeah. We'll
Aww.
we'll talk about work specifically separately though.
No, I don't think no. I think I just did the same thing. Like yeah, I think from grade 11 to grade 12 when the sports started cutting down, I just hung out with friends more, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So since you were like a sport head throughout your entire life, what was
Yeah.
your general stereotype? What kind of kid were you known as?
Just the athletic kid.
Just like,
um,
okay.
just like someone who played sports. I still have a lot of friends who I met in games, like between games, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you give them a little compliment, like, oh, nice shot, bro, right? And then you start like talking, oh, dude, like we played, because in middle school and high school, you kind of play. So in middle school, I played a lot of teams, and I met them, right? I met the players,
Mhm.
and I played against them for the entire 3 years. That's how I kind of knew them,
Yeah.
right? It's like, oh, it's you again, yo, it's good, right? And then high school is the same thing, but high school, you kind of come together, right?
Mhm.
Because our high schools are basically like in the middle of the junior high schools, right? So all the teams that I played against were actually in the same high school.
Nice.
So we just
Yeah.
come together and we just meet, like, oh, that's how we got close, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did you do any other clubs or activities throughout school?
Mm, clubs. Chess club? Does that count?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I played a lot of chess in high school too. Like during lunch, I played with my friends here and there, nonstop, dude. It was fun. It was really fun. Um, yeah, I think that's it. Chess club.
How good are you at chess?
Before I would say I was pretty good. Now I still know how to play it,
Mhm.
but it depends on the person too. It depends who I'm playing against too, right?
Yeah.
Because in chess, you have to read moves ahead. You have to like bait.
Uh-huh.
You have to sacrifice some stuff at times, right? Just for you to find an opening, right?
Yeah.
So I think now I'm just okay. I'm like not like crazy. I never competed or anything. It was just like a casual game against my friends who played it quite a bit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the only reason I play chess though is because it takes a lot of skills. It takes a lot of thinking, like yeah, thinking ahead.
Mhm.
What's your opponent gonna do? Blah blah blah, right? But yeah.
Like,
You
were
play
you?
chess?
No, not really. Not really.
Ah, damn, never mind.
No, I'm not good at it. Were you big on like the names of the moves and stuff like that?
Moves like
Like the openings, do you just play or do you know like what it's called, the movement?
like what do you mean movement?
Like, you know how in football there's certain plays? Like,
Oh yeah, no.
yeah, for
I do
chess.
know plays, like I do know like the 4 move checkmate. Alright, there's a 5 move checkmate, but I mainly use the 4 move. But sometimes people know about it, so I have to extend it to like an 8 move, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if the 4 move doesn't work, I extend to the 8 move. But then if the 8 move doesn't work, that's when you have to start, like, you know, start thinking, oh, what's this guy gonna do, right? Because most players know about the 4 move. If you like,
Okay,
if they
yeah.
play chess too, like, right?
That's what I'm thinking,
Yeah.
to see like how much you know about it. Cool,
Mm.
cool. Okay, so I think that's a good overview. So let's actually talk specifically about the sports now.
Mhm.
So, which one was the very first one you picked up?
I
And
picked up basketball first, actually, in the Philippines, because
okay,
most Filipinos just play basketball.
I think that's your main sport right now, right?
That is my main sport
Okay,
right
let's
now,
talk
yeah.
about that last.
Yeah.
Let's go about
I think volleyball.
volleyball.
Yeah.
So for volleyball, I know you got into it because of friends and stuff, right? How did you, or when did you realize you were actually pretty good at it?
Okay, I never considered myself like good.
Mm-hmm.
I like I said, I'm a fast learner. But I never looked down on anyone. I never like said, oh, I'm better than you. Like, what are you doing here, right? I was never like that. Like, to me, I just play it. I just play it like I just play to win, basically. I'm very competitive when it comes to sports. I never consider myself as like the best in my school. Um, but yeah,
Okay. What are your favorite memories from volleyball?
volleyball.
Yeah, just
Definitely
overall.
when I was overall, okay, definitely okay. In junior high, we won 2 tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, sorry, that's when I was in grade 8. We won 2 tournaments of volleyball. Those were the first 2 tournaments that I won, right? So I got 2 medals from that. One is like a keychain though, not a keychain. Sorry, like I don't know, it's just cheap beads of stuff, metal beads. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
But it still says, you know, champions, invitational champions, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that was the first thing that I experienced, like actually winning. Because in junior high it was really hard. Like, you know, like I said, I just stepped in the court. I just learned how to play the sport. I'm not as good as someone who was playing it since they were born. So I was still learning it the first year. But when grade 8 came, that's when, like, you know, I started picking up a lot more things. Um, so that was in grade 8, and then senior high, um, I became a starter though for my team, my senior team in grade 8, right? Because for the senior team, you have to be grade 8 and grade 9. For the
Okay.
junior team, it's 7 and 8,
Yeah.
right? So I was really happy that I started when I was in grade 8,
Mm-hmm.
because apparently it's very rare, right? Because most of the grade
Oh, I
9s,
see.
or most of the people on the team are grade 9s, right? And they're bigger, they have more experience, stuff like that. So I
Yeah.
was really glad. But I think the most fun experience from volleyball would be my freshman year. My freshman year in high school when I was in grade 10, because that was real volleyball. In junior high, it was kind of like not everyone knew how to play, right? You were kind
Oh,
of like
yeah.
some teams. No, I'm not saying all teams, but some teams they just had people because they didn't have enough players, right? So they kind of just bring in, oh, this guy who doesn't know how to play, he's just trying to learn. Oh, it's all for fun.
You could tell.
Junior high, yeah, junior high is like sometimes some teams they're not as competitive as other teams,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then they let anyone who just tries out for fun, because it is for fun, right?
Yeah.
Um, in high school was the competitive part. That was so competitive because most of the teams that we played against, or even my teammates, they were club players. So these guys have been playing it for years,
Mm-hmm.
like since they were kids. And I'm just there. I'm like, oh yeah, I started like 3 years ago, and I only played like 2 months in one year, right? Only for one season. I never really practiced it.
Yeah.
Like out of that, that's when it got really competitive, and that's when every game mattered. Every game mattered because every seasonal game matters because you get put in a seed, right? You get put in the top seed and the lower seed,
Mm-hmm.
right? So my team, like I said, my team went undefeated. We won 3 tournaments out of 4. Um, and yeah, I
That's
think
crazy.
those tournaments were really fun. I was playing against 6 foot players, like 6'9". There was even like a 7 footer at one point. Um,
In
but yeah,
grade 9 or
in grade 10,
10,
grade
10,
10,
10. Yeah.
yeah, the high school year. And then the finals, winning the finals, being the top one in the city was the best thing, and especially going undefeated, like
Yeah.
it was crazy. Like cause there's different divisions, right? There's
Mm-hmm.
division 1, division 2, there's division 4. We were in division 2, but we actually played the winner of division 1, and we beat them twice
What the?
in 2 tourneys, in
That's
their own
nuts.
tourney and in our own tourney,
Yeah.
right? Which was really fun because we could say that we're the best in the city because we beat the
D1.
2 teams. Yeah, we beat the 2 teams that played in the D1 finals,
Yeah. I
right?
think that's fair.
Yeah, no, like we could say that we could say that we were in the best in the city that year because we beat them, and it was a really hard game. I'm not saying we're a lot better, but we beat them. That's a fact, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that because you guys won in grade 10, you guys moved up to D1 in grade 11. Is that how it works?
Yeah, no, we did move up. We did move up to
But then
D1.
you
Yeah,
didn't play anymore.
I didn't play anymore. Not in
Yeah.
grade 11 and 12. Yeah, no.
But I assume you were also just still close with the team, right?
No, I could. Um. So no, I didn't really know anyone in the team because most of my friends from my junior high went to a different high school,
Uh huh.
right? So I've actually barely had any friends at the beginning of high school. Um. I knew people, but they weren't my friends. Like I knew them
Yeah.
from sports, so I see them in the hallway. I say hi, how are you? That's it. We're not gonna like we don't keep in contact like through like
Mm-hmm.
Snapchat, Instagram, nothing like that, right? Um, but yeah, I wouldn't say I wasn't close though. I mean, you know, we'd still said like hi in the hallways, right? But yeah,
Wait, you're saying from the transition of grade 10, the friends you made, they didn't move on to play in grade 11?
Oh, well, they did, but I didn't.
Yeah, yeah. But you were still close with those people, right? That stayed.
They weren't my friends though.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah,
Okay,
so I had
okay.
I had friends on the side, not in the team. I
Like
didn't
your
have
own
friends in the
team.
team at all. Yeah, just
Okay.
my teammates. Yeah,
What was the size like difference for you in middle school versus like high school?
the side like just me, like physically,
You and
or
then your
like
teammates around you, because I know you had
oh,
6 footers and
um,
stuff in high
yeah.
school.
In junior high, they were
Uh,
really short. I think I was the second tallest in junior high.
yeah,
But I still played like a hitter, a setter, right, a middle blocker. Um, but in high school, definitely a big difference because I half of my teammates in junior high were like Filipinos, were Asians, right?
hmm,
Um, yeah. So, and then, but when you come to high school, these are like I said, club players. Very a lot more diverse, right?
yeah,
A lot more like Canadians playing. But yeah, definitely
for
a big
sure.
difference. Yeah, I looked up to those guys every time I talked to them. I'd be like, nice shot, dude. Nice hit, nice hit.
So you had like a early growth spurt in middle school or something?
Yeah, I know. I got really tall. Like I think I was say 5'6" in grade 10, and I didn't grow after that. I'm only 5'7" now.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
And everyone else on your team's huge.
They were massive.
So what would you say is your best trait in volleyball? Are you like better as a setter, libero,
I think I was better as a libero. Like I said, I couldn't compete in the air
based on size? Yeah.
based on size. Like that was just something that you know, it's
Mhm.
common sense. So you play against a 6'9" player, like can't do anything about that. Yeah, no, as a
Uh-huh.
libero though, I could compete as the ball's coming,
Mhm.
like in our side, right? So I could react better than most tall players. Um, I practiced it more than, you know, our tall players, like people who hit, people who sets. Like I practiced it more than anyone else, right?
Yeah.
So definitely, I did have fun. I really did have fun playing as a libero because the libero, besides the blockers, the libero is the very first contact on the ball. Without a proper receive, it's never gonna be a proper play, right? If you get a sloppy receive, you're not like you need to set it up for your teammates, right?
Yeah.
That's like an important part. But to me, out of all the positions in volleyball, I think setter is the hardest like position ever, just because you have to, like, let's say I pass the ball and it's a terrible pass, and it
Mhm.
happens, right? Because it's not always gonna be as consistent as you want it to be. Um, so either your setter, like your setter will have to adapt to that, and like if it's not a good set, it won't be a good hit, or
Yeah.
there might not even be a hit, right? So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Robin's here.
Oh my god, beautiful. How are you, bro?
So what advice would you give to people pursuing volleyball based on your own experience? How to like get better?
How to get better? Um, you have to be dedicated. You have to stay consistent. You have to stay healthy for sure. That is the biggest thing. If you're not healthy, you'll never be able to compete as high past high school, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta take care of yourself, right? Um, and you just gotta have time for it. You have to have time management. You have to have time for your studies and time for sports, right? But yeah, I think most of it based on confidence though. I think if you're too scared, then you have to build up confidence to play in the high tier. Like, you
Yeah.
know, high school is pretty. It's not as high as obviously university, right?
Mm-hmm.
But high school is still really high, like really high tier, because like I said, like these junior high schools around that high school come together.
Yeah.
So you're competing. So basically, let's say there's 12 players in each junior high team, right? And then let's say there's 10 junior highs coming into that high school. So 12 times 10, right? You're competing against 120 other students to be in that spot, like to be in that 12 player team, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Sheesh, nice. All right, let's talk about cross country. I know that's something you didn't do as long, right?
No, I didn't do that as long because in high school it was 5 kilometer, and sprinting for 5 kilometer, that's not easy. I don't have that much stamina.
Mm-hmm.
I think my body is just built for sprinting, not long distance for sure. Right?
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
get tired really easy. Like I could do the 2 kilometer. I think I sprint 2 kilometer. That's fine with me. Definitely not the same pace, obviously, right? But yeah.
Any favorite memory of that?
No, because everyone like, dude, because you have to place top 10. You have to place top 10 to reach the provincials.
Oh,
And
okay, okay.
each school had, I think, 10 sprinters,
Mm-hmm.
right? I didn't even place like top 20 or top 30. I think I placed like top 50, right? I made it like halfway, more than halfway, but like those guys were like, they were bigger kids than me, bro. They were like people in junior high who were like already 6 foot, and
Oh
their
my God.
strides, each stride is like literally 2 meters, bro. And I'm like, God damn, bro. So I just did it for the athlete of the year. So
Oh, I see. All right, how about football? Was that just flag football in middle school?
yeah, I know it was just flag football in middle school. If I had the choice to actually play in high school, I would.
Mm-hmm.
I would have also done rugby, but my parents didn't want to because my dad used to play rugby and he said it was really tough and physical, and I actually like physical sports more than like volleyball. Volleyball is not as physical as basketball. Basketball is not as physical as football. Football is not as physical as rugby. You know. But yeah, I never tried a physical sport, like not like physical contact, right?
Yeah.
I was never able to try it because my parents wouldn't let me, which is fine with me because I know they're just looking after me, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's fine.
All right, so how good were you at least in flag football, and also best memory?
Flag football, I would say I was one of the best in the cities. I actually got recruited by two high schools when I was in junior high.
Whoa.
Yeah, one was a Division 1 school, and the other one was a Division 3 actually, I think.
Yeah.
But they only wanted me because of my speed. Because I know, like, my speed was like probably the only thing that you could get from me. Because I've like I said, I've never tried a contact sport before.
Mm-hmm.
Like flag football was still very like there was still a lot of contact, like physical contact.
Yeah.
Like you can get flipped over by accident, right? It happens. It's part of the sport,
Mm-hmm.
right? I got a lot of concussions from that sport though.
Oh shit.
Cause yeah, like even though it was just flag, there were like big kids that you had to go through, right? And like they're trying to grab your hips, trying to grab your flag from your hips, right? And most of the time, it's like I said, accidents happen, right? They just grab your freaking hip, like your entire hip, right, and just bring you down, right? Um, but yeah, no, I think the most fun would I think I flag football. That was a great experience. It was really fun. I was really fun.
So were you like a running back or something?
Yeah, so I was a running back and a wide receiver.
Got it. Got
Yeah.
it. Nice, nice. Okay, so let's see. Was ping pong just like a brief thing?
Yeah, ping pong in grade 6.
Mm-hmm.
I sucked. That was hilarious. I actually sucked. Oh, I played that so poorly. I can remember that. I don't regret it though. I mean, it was the first team that I played in, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I kind of just joined it because I don't know, it's just on the side. I'm like, oh, they're looking for ping pong players. Well, I don't know how to play ping pong, but I want to learn, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, you mentioned you also did track, so how about that instead of cross country? What was that like?
Track was a lot easier for me because, like I said, I don't have a lot of stamina. My speed and my pace is kind of just for a short amount of distance, right?
Yeah.
In grade 7, I know grade 8. Sorry, grade 8 we placed top 2 in our city as a 4x1. Um, and then same thing for grade 9, place in the city as well. In high school was different. That was definitely a different environment. Like you have these like tall guys, like built guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, massive cows. Like holy smokes! Like what am I gonna do about that? I don't even work out, right?
Yeah.
So I took the loss. I'm not gonna deny that. Like they were just faster than me, built stronger, a lot more experience, better form, better everything. Like, it happens, you know.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Let's get into some badminton. How'd you find passion for that sport and just like get so good at it?
Um, so I actually used to watch badminton when I was a kid. I never tried it. I actually never held a racket or anything like that. I've
Mm-hmm.
never, but playing volleyball, cross country, basketball, that kind of got me into, like I said, sports. Like I love sports. Starting that, like, um, so I played badminton when I was in grade 7 first. I practiced it a lot after the tryout and after doing practices. I practiced it outside of school. So my brother actually played in my team as well. So I had someone to practice with, which was perfect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if I wanted to get better at badminton, I needed someone to practice with me. It's not like a sport like basketball where you can shoot by yourself, right?
Yeah.
Like you needed a partner for that. So my brother helped me a lot. Um, uh, yeah, no, I think playing with my coach as well. Playing with my coach against my coach was so fun. He was so much better than me, but it was so fun. It was like I was getting destroyed, absolutely murdered in that court. But I learned a lot from him, right? Like how to hit, how to fully extend your legs, like how to time your jump hits.
Mm-hmm.
Jump smash.
Yeah.
How to time that. I learned a lot from my coaches. Yeah.
So how far did you guys make it as a team and then individually?
Um, I was actually the only one who placed in my city. Oh, in my team, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Um, cause, cause yeah. As a team, I'm not dissing on my team, but as a team, I knew that we couldn't compete
Yeah.
at the highest level in junior high. But individually, I did reach it in the city, right? So
Were you the best in your own school? Is that what you're saying?
yeah, I was
Oh,
sadly
okay.
like someone who just learned it. It was yeah. My junior high wasn't really known for sports though. That's
Yeah.
how that's how easy it was to get into a team.
Mm-hmm.
My high school was known for sports and education.
And badminton, like specifically?
Badminton specifically, no, my school is not known for that. Um, my junior high, I think the sport that we were known for was basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then for high school, we were known for basketball as well.
So
Yeah.
for badminton, why did you decide to do doubles instead of singles?
In high school,
Yeah.
just better players than me. There were two other
Oh, okay.
players who, because there were tryouts, right? So the tryouts were actually to determine who will become a single player and who the sub single player is, right?
Yeah.
So we have a main single player and then a sub. So if the main can't play, we have a sub single
There's only
player.
two?
So it's uh, wait, what do you mean?
Like two positions for singles? Or
Yeah, there's only two positions. That's it.
oh, how about doubles?
Um, doubles. There's only one team for doubles.
Oh,
Do
so
you get it? So
I'm trying
so
to understand your structure for your
yeah.
badminton, yeah.
Okay, so there's boys singles,
Okay.
boys doubles, mixed doubles, and girls singles and girls doubles, right? So for the single spot, we have two guys competing for it to play in the city championship, right?
Oh,
So
that you're talking about
between
championship. Okay, okay.
yeah. Oh no. Okay, so just for the team, okay? So
Mhm.
for the single position, we
Yeah.
have two guys competing. So um, it was whoever performs better who
Mhm.
will compete in the cities.
I see. Yeah.
So we had two guys who would play singles, right? And then but we only had one double team, and I was in that double team. But those two guys who played singles for that single spot
Hmm.
was better than me, and it's fine. Like I would prefer doing singles because that's how I played for 3 years. I was a single player, But doubles was fun too, though. Yeah.
Wow. So that's what it was for regular season. So I'm trying to think of your scoring wise. Is it
Mhm.
a best of 5 then?
So every meet that we have,
Yeah.
there's gonna be 3 schools, right? So you play each school at least 5 times, right? So you have 10 games basically going on, right? Or
Yeah.
you play 10 games minimum in that one meet, right? Each game is up to 21,
Mm-hmm.
right? Oh, sorry, not 5. That's too much. 4. So you play 8 games in total for every meet. Um, and then you just alternate. So you basically play 4 games against that one school, and then 4 games against the other school, and it's first one to 21. And yeah, that's it. After you play that first one to 21, you switch and you play it against another school, and then you
Wait,
get a break in like
when you say
between.
4 games, what do you mean by that?
like like 4 sets of games. So let's say um let's say I'm playing 8 games in one meet, right? Because there's 2 schools. I play 4 games against one school,
Uh-huh.
4 games against the second school, right? But it alternates. So the first game I would play the first school.
Okay.
The second game I would play the second school, and
Mhm.
we'd be the third school, right? So then after those 2 games, I get a break, and then after that break, I play against the same school, the school one,
Uh-huh.
and then school two again, right? So you play against the same people, but like these meets are supposed to help you, right? Kind of like learn from your mistakes, what you need to like improve on, right?
Yeah.
And but like at the same time, most of these guys you're gonna play them in cities, because in cities there are I think 8 teams in cities. So you will play them for real, like it will count eventually. But these meets are just for you to learn about them. It's for you to learn what you need to improve on,
Mm-hmm.
and need to adapt on, like, yeah, things like that.
So when you play a game with someone, how
Mhm.
many sets do you play?
4 sets. So each game up to 21 is a set.
Okay, so like let's say you're playing doubles, right? And you won the
Mhm.
first set. You got to 21 first,
Yeah.
right? So it's possible to get 2-2 and you just call it a draw?
Wait, sorry, what did you say? Tier?
Like sets, right?
Mhm.
Like first to 21, that means you win that set. Yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so if you won the first one,
Mhm.
you just play 3 more, or do you just try to get 3 wins first? How's that?
No, so you play all 4 games.
Okay, yeah.
So you play 8 games no matter what in that meet, right? So if you win 4-0 against each school, that's you won 8 games. It doesn't matter. That's just for you to practice,
I
right?
see. Okay.
Yeah,
So even if you go like 4-4, like 2-2 to each school,
yeah.
that's
It
possible.
wouldn't matter. Yeah, it wouldn't. Yeah.
Got it. That's what you call meets. That's interesting.
Mhm.
That's so
Yeah.
different. Holy. Any highlights at least from badminton?
Highlights in badminton.
Yeah.
No, we got destroyed in cities.
The-
No, like these guys were club players. Like all their smashes, their jump smash,
Mhm.
their receives, their drops they were just different from ours. It was
Yeah.
just there's just a lot. You can tell that they're a lot more experienced. Like, how can you do a drop shot from the back of the court, right? It
Shoot,
like
yeah.
acts as a smash, but it's fast enough that you can react to it. But at the same time, it's soft enough that it drops right in front of the net,
Mhm.
right? So you can't do anything about that. That was something that I actually had to practice on, but I was never able to like do it properly every single time.
Yeah.
I could do this jump smash properly like every time I get a lob, but
Uh-huh.
that drop from the back court in front of the net was so hard. You need so much control, and you
Mhm.
need the right amount of like it's what you call strength. I don't know. I don't know what pressure you hit it on, right?
Yeah.
It's hard, dude.
So what was your best skill set in badminton? What were you like best at? Jump smashing?
Yeah, just jump smash.
Okay. Alright. Let's talk about basketball. Let's
So-
go. Your basketball story. Ups and downs, just like memories?
Um, to be honest with you, basketball will probably have the least like memories from it, just because um I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. But basketball, we won two tournaments back to back when I was in junior high.
Mm-hmm.
We competed in cities for both um, grade 8 and grade 9. We made it to like top four in our division, but like there's always better teams. Like no matter how good you are individually,
Yeah.
it's a team game. It's a team sport. You can't do anything all by yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
um no matter how big you are, how fast you are, how skilled you are, it all comes down to a 5v5. It's not a 1v5, right? You
Yeah.
got to rely on your teammates too, and you got to trust them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there it was hard, like because not everyone on my team was at the skill level, right? I was actually a lot different than them. So they played um a lot more as a team, okay? But to me, I was actually not a ball hog, but I was like, to me, if you're gonna play as a team, you have to have a certain goal. You can't just be passing the ball and making these plays. If there's an open shot, take the shot, right?
Yeah.
Don't be a chicken and pass it just because
Yeah.
it's a play. If it's an open shot, take it, right? I get it. Like you're making the play, you're passing the ball left and right. You're
Mm-hmm.
like you're screening, you're rolling, everything like that. But you also gotta watch. You also gotta watch everyone. As a point guard, you gotta watch everyone, how they're moving, where they're going to, how their play is going to. Like, will their play work, right?
Yeah.
Because you also gotta watch the opponent, how they're guarding you guys, right? The height, how fast they can be, right? Um, so in junior high, my team was kind of like they were playing as a team for sure. We were playing as a team. I was part of that too because I was a point guard, but we just weren't making the best decisions, you know. So like we weren't I wouldn't say taking enough shots, but we would kill so much time to the point where at the end of the game, like towards the end, we wouldn't have time to like get a comeback. Like we'd be losing by like 10,
Oh, I
right?
see.
But we
Yeah.
spent so much time like passing, like finding openings, like after we do our play, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that, yeah, that
That
was
was
just
your team's problem, personally.
that was a team problem for sure. That was a team problem. But it was also our coach. Our coach was good, but I don't think he was reading the situation enough to like
Mm-hmm.
actually make these plays, right? Like yeah, we get openings 1 out of 10 though. Is that worth it? That's not worth it,
Yeah.
right? Like sometimes you just gotta have two guys working on a play and the other guys moving. Like if your point guard and your center can communicate properly and they can work together enough, right? Like I think that's good enough for me, right? Um, like I said, it's a team sport, but I don't know. You just have to communicate more with your team, I think, and that was a problem for us. Like, it was a big problem for us.
What was the your size compared to everyone
I
in junior
was
high?
the second tallest actually in my team, but I still had to play the point guard because I had a lot more experience. I worked on it every single day,
Yeah.
no matter how tired I was. Even like 5 in the morning, I would come out of the court. I would come out, like go out and then go, because we have courts behind our school.
Yeah.
Most, I think all schools here have, right? So I go like wake up at like 5 or like 8 in the morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
I bike to my school, ride my bike, and then I just start shooting around. And it wasn't just me; it was actually my brother too. So I had someone to play with. I had someone to learn from as well, right?
Yeah.
Because my brother was a lot bigger than me, right? We were actually the same, like same skills, right? So we were improving together.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but I think after he stopped playing, that's when I stopped playing too because I needed like motivation. I needed someone to like be better than, right?
Yeah.
Like no matter how good I was, like my brother would always be as good as me. But then after he stopped playing, to me, like I just lost my motivation. I'm like, damn, who do I play with now? Like, yeah, I have friends who are better than me. I have
Mm-hmm.
friends who are faster than me. But my brother was someone that I played with every single day. Literally every single day of the summer too. Right? I was so tan when I was in like junior high and high school, like so tan because I was always out playing, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
your brother, is he just like a year older than you or what?
Yeah, 11 months older actually. So we're in
Okay.
the same grade.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Same grade?
same grade. Yeah. So
Oh,
which is
that's
nice.
crazy. No wonder.
Mhm.
All right. So you guys are super competitive, and you're saying he was
Super
better than
competitive.
you at basketball
Um,
and
not better than, but like I was careful enough that like
Mhm.
I knew if he was getting close to how good I was because we would play 1v1 and we would play sometimes we'd play 5 1v1s, right? We would
Yeah.
like warm up, play 5 1v1s, shoot around after, and then go home.
Yeah.
So we play for quite a bit, and each game normally goes up to 15, right?
Mhm.
So I'd be careful enough to know that he's getting close when he starts beating me in some of the games.
Yeah.
So even though it was like I win 3-2, even though I win the best of five, I can't forget about those like 2 games that I lost, right?
Yeah.
Because that means it was either he was doing something that I was not expecting, right? Or like there was never an excuse. You can't make up an excuse between your siblings that like I wasn't trying, blah blah blah, or I just let you shoot that, blah blah. No, that's how competitive we were,
Yeah.
right? There's no excuse that it was my off day. I wasn't feeling good. No, shut up. You lost. That's it. Period. Right.
Mhm.
So he was definitely like one of the most like someone who motivated me to like keep it up for the whole 4 years that I played it. So
Yeah. Same for badminton, right?
same for Badminton too. Yeah. Oh, I can't. I hate losing. That's it. When it comes to sports, I despise losing because um I don't know. I just don't like losing. That's it.
What's the like size difference? What is he like compared to you?
Um, in junior high, we were actually the same size because we played the same sports. The only
Huh.
sport that he didn't play was um, volleyball. That's it. But other than that, he played every sport as well. We eat the same amount of food, like literally the same thing um
Mhm.
the whole time. But like height wise, I'm a little taller, just a little bit, like half an inch maybe.
Yeah.
Um, but no, not a big difference. I think
Oh,
just
okay.
now like we're out of shape, like we're getting a little weight. But
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Because you were saying in junior high you were the second like tallest or something. So
Yeah, I was the second
yeah.
tallest. Yeah,
And you played point guard. Nice.
I did. That was the hard part.
Um, before we move on, like any favorite memories from basketball at least from the
No,
competition? No.
no. Like I said, my school wasn't known for basketball or like sports in
Yeah.
junior high. So competition wise, it was always one sided. It was always like which team my brother and I was on, like or which team I was on. Then
Yeah.
that's how like you can kind of know already because you can see it from experience. And like I only play with my friends, and all my friends were in the team.
Mm-hmm.
So we play every day, and they know like they just know the skill gap. But at the same time, I keep telling them, just because you know that I'm better than you, like that doesn't mean you have to be scared.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's always like opportunities. There's always like openings. Like yes, I'm better than you individually, but when we're playing 3v3, like why are you so worried about me? It's a 3v3. You have 2 other teammates, right? You can't
Mm-hmm.
be scared of me. But yeah,
For sure. Other than playing basketball, do you also watch?
I do. Not recently though. I think um the last series that I was watching was the Golden State versus uh, Cavs.
Oh,
Even
okay.
even yeah, um, that was one hell of a series. But to me, my favorite series were the Spurs against who did Spurs play? Because I know Spurs was in the finals for 2 or 3 years.
Like Miami.
Oh, I did Miami. Yes, it was Miami. Yep. When Bosh, Ray Allen,
Yeah.
Braun, Wade was in that team. That was insane. Um, but yeah, Spurs is. I love Spurs until the point that Kawhi left and
Oh, that's your
Duncan
team, the
retired.
Spurs?
That was my team, yeah. But then like everyone just started retiring, like Ginobili,
Yeah.
Duncan, Parker. Like after that, it was It was just
Uh-huh.
burst. There was no one important to me into it because Kawhi also left.
Yeah, yeah,
Kawhi
yeah.
left to go to Toronto, right? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
People in your area, are they all like Raptors fans or what?
Like I said, my neighborhood or like yeah, we're not really close,
But
but
your friends? Yeah,
my friends were definitely like a Raptors fan.
got it.
Raptors fan, but they also have their favorite players from other teams, right?
Mm-hmm. Who's your favorite player
Favorite
currently?
player right now, currently, like I said, I haven't watched in a while,
Yeah, that's
but
okay.
let's see. I think I would say Rose, D Rose.
Mm-hmm.
I think because D Rose will always be the biggest if. What if he didn't get injured? What if that never happened? What would have happened, right? Because
Yeah.
before he got injured, he was one of the most dominant player. He was, um, I wouldn't say he was the best shooter,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because no, he wasn't. He wasn't the best shooter. But he was the most dominant player under the rim too. Considering his height, he was dunking over everyone. Like his speed was insane, like
Like
way faster than Westbrook when
Westbrook
he's approached. I
athleticism,
know,
yeah.
right? Like he was approaching the basket like faster, like stronger than Westbrook.
Mm-hmm.
Like he could score. He jump shots were crazy too. So I think right now it's D Rose, just because I haven't seen games in a while.
Okay, how about top five players of all time?
Okay, Jordan for sure, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, do I have to like list them?
Nah, you could just have them in your top
Okay,
five.
so alright, so Duncan, not Duncan, sorry, MJ,
Okay.
uh, Magic. Let's
Okay.
put LJ on that. LeBron James,
Mm-hmm.
Kobe. Who would be the fifth? I'm just like, mm, who would be the fifth? I think KD. I'll put KD as the fifth. I think KD is his mid range is you can't stop it. No one can.
Nice. Okay, that's a solid list.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, you still play basketball now. How are you actively? You just
I
feel out of
actually just
shape?
started. I'm so out of shape, like so out of shape.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I started playing like a couple of months ago when everything opened up here again.
Yeah.
Right now I play like once a week. That's it. In like indoor court with friends, 4v4.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely not the same shape and skill level as I was before, which
Yeah.
is fine. I mean, I've been working a lot more than playing sports, so
How about compared to your friends, your skill level right now?
um right now, no, I have a couple of friends who I know I can keep up with.
Okay.
Like ever since I met them, they're just a lot better than me. So yeah.
For sure, for sure. All right. So finishing up school stuff, have you ever gotten into a fight? Well, besides from your brother, because I'm sure you
Physical?
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I actually did. When I was in freshman, grade 10, I got into a fight with this senior guy. He was in grade 12, right?
What's the
We
story?
were playing ball. We were playing a 2v2, and then he was claiming that I kept grabbing his shirt, right?
Mhm.
He's called me out like 3 times. So then one of the plays, because we were winning too, we were dominating that game. I was with my friend, we were beating them, and they were seniors, right? So obviously, who
Like,
wouldn't be mad if you're getting beaten by
just like
kids?
regular seniors. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
We were beating them quite a bit, and then the last play before we started fighting, I had my hands up, and this was like the gym was like surrounded by people, right? And
Uh-huh.
this was like it was fun. It was so fun because everyone was watching, right? Um, all my friends were on the side, people on the side. It was during lunch, right?
During lunchtime. Okay.
Yeah, during lunchtime, and then so everyone was watching and everyone saw me play, right?
Mhm.
So no matter what, if the people say whatever they see is what's gonna be out there, I had my hand up for the whole time in that play. I had my hand up because I was guarding him,
Yeah.
and he still. And then after that, we won, right? We scored, and then he pushed me back, and then he was like, bro, like, what's up with you grabbing my sweater, right? You keep grabbing me, you keep grabbing my shorts and stuff. And I literally said, bro, I had my hands up. the whole time, and everyone saw it. I don't care what you say. Everyone saw I had my hands up. I played clean. Never played dirty. That
Mm-hmm.
I don't even play as physical as most Filipinos do. If you actually meet a real Filipino who plays like a Filipino, he will body the shit out of you. No matter how small that guy is, no matter how tall you are, no matter how big you are, he will use his body, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And at that point, he like grabbed me on my shirt, right? Like lifted me on my collar of my sweater,
Oh,
and
geez.
then
Yeah.
yeah, he pushed me, like grabbed me, right? And then after he grabbed me, um, not a lot of people noticed this, but I actually punched him twice in the stomach. But it was like when people were like stopping us fighting, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I punched him in the stomach twice, right? Like hard twice, and then um, no one saw it. That's the thing. So then when he was like, "Why'd you punch me, bro?" And then I was like, "What? I didn't punch you. What are you talking about, bro?" Right? But he was like holding his stomach. He was like, "What the fuck, man?" Right? And then after that we got separated. And then people were just coming up to me like, "Oh shit, what happened, bro?" Like, immature bitches, you know, right? Like pussies, man. Like this. Like you come here to play basketball. You know, I don't come here to fight. Like I'm not. I don't know how to fight. I've never fought in my life, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, it's part of the game. You get people who gets mad quickly, wants to fight you after losing. It's part of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was basically your other fight, because aside from your brother.
Yeah. Other than that, I haven't really got into a fight because like most of the people I meet, I'm mostly homies with them, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of that, are you a trash talker when it comes to basketball?
In basketball, I wouldn't not a trash talker. I would just say like um what you call it, like no, not a trash talker. I would say I'm more of like no matter how I play, like, even like an official game or like street ball, I would always just be a point guard, just normal point guard, like setting plays,
Mm-hmm.
right? But if it's my friends, oh yes, 100%. If it's like my really close friend, even now, dude, I'm like, yo, no shot, that's a miss, bro. Why you taking that, right?
Oh,
But
okay, that type.
that's yeah, but that's if I'm that's for the opponent. But if it's my team, right? If it's my team doing crazy things, I'm like, bro, what can you not do? Like, holy smokes, you're insane. Like, right? You just gotta keep complimenting them. You gotta keep giving them ego boost. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gotta. That's how you play.
For sure. Okay. How about have you ever encountered bullying or been bullied before?
Um, mm, I would say no. I would no. I think no. I wouldn't. No, I haven't actually.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Just curious for sure. All right, talk about your transition from high school to college. Like, how'd you decide what field to get into and why that school and what it was like?
Um, when I was in high school, I was never actually into science. I never liked science. I like biology, but I didn't take it to like I didn't pursue it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so there were like I guess two options for me to do business or become a teacher because at least becoming a teacher you don't have to teach science. You can teach like English, right, math, social. So you don't need you don't need a biology or physics or chem like that. Um, so to me, I just took business, but I should have thought of it more because now that I think about it, I just spent 20 grand for 2 years of doing something I'm not even sure that I'm gonna do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because just searched it up. There's a lot of options for business. There's accounting, there's finance, there's supply chain, right? There's marketing, there's management. And I did supply chain. I just know that
Supply
supply
chain.
chain is, yes, I know supply chain is like a lot more towards the economy and like, branching out, communicating with like other companies. Like for example, let's say Amazon, right? Supply chain would be a big thing because you're the one dealing with the transports, with the products, with um, the what you call it, like damaged goods, the goods that are like returned. Like you do a lot of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's kind of how I chose it because initially I wanted to do economics, but I would have had to move to like a different city to do it, and my parents didn't really like that idea, so I kind of just did supply chain, which is kind of economics, not really, but yeah.
And you're currently in school or what?
No, I finished my 2 years, so
Hmm.
I'm planning to continue it next year. I'm gonna finish it because there's a diploma and there's a degree, right?
Yeah,
So I finished the diploma. I just have to finish the degree. The degree I need 2 more years to finish it. So I think I'm gonna continue it next year.
got it. Wait a second. Is this true? Sati
Who's that?
Christos.
He's always drunk. Wait, me? No, I've only drank twice on stream.
Okay, okay.
One of them
Interesting.
was like hard, like drinking. I drank I think half of my hard liquor within an hour,
Hmm.
and I wasn't pacing myself, so I had to end after an hour.
Don't worry, we're gonna talk about drinking and stuff later. All right. So, what was the experience like for you in college, though, with that major? Was it difficult for you? Were you just
um,
super zoned in?
no, I didn't really like struggle. If anything, I barely studied for it,
Hmm.
but I still maintained like a B, which
Yeah.
is not B is not the best, but like
Yeah.
for someone who doesn't study, like I said, I wasn't as interested in it as I wish I was. Like if I was in economics, if I actually took economics, that's something that I would really work hard for. But not everyone loves their job, so I don't
Hmm.
know. Yeah, that's okay. I didn't. It was. I mean, it's business. It's you do like statistics, like you have a macroeconomics, microeconomics. So, you have to do slight, like a course of accounting. Um,
Hmm.
it's like a general course, not like in depth, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't. It's not bad.
Wait. So you finished high school? Was that 2019 before COVID?
2019, yes, 2019.
Okay. Okay. Dang, dude, you're young.
I'm only 20. Yeah, I finished like college in like 19
It's awesome.
or university. Sorry.
Hmm. All right. Let's talk about work.
Hmm.
So let's start from the very beginning and kind of lead the way, like to where you're at now, and talk about the experience.
Sorry. My bad. Wait, what did you
No,
say?
no,
Sorry.
no, you're good. Your work experience. Start from the beginning.
So I started working when I was 15.
Yeah.
Um, I was. I don't know if you've heard. Wait, where are you? You're from Cali, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you wouldn't know it. So there's this like event. So it's like a 1 week event, or sorry, 12-day event called
Okay.
Stampede, right? Uh, it's like a big event. Like this event gets like millions of dollars every year, right? Um, so there's rides, there's like lots of expensive food, like a street food, right? A rodeo, mainly the rodeo gets a lot of money. So I worked as a venue service, so I cleaned the boxes. I don't know. Have you ever been to like a hockey game or like a basketball game?
A basketball game, but not hockey.
A hockey. I don't know if basketball has boxes like private boxes or private rooms.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't. I don't know if I have that. Yeah. So in rodeo they had private rooms there. So my job was obviously to clean that before they get there, and it's a day like it's like an 8 hour shift, right? Because you clean it before they get there, but you also have to stay there in case of any emergencies. But you have free access of the entire event, bro, if you work there.
Jeez.
But yeah,
So you just got into that for how long?
it was only for one event.
Okay.
So yeah, so I worked there for the 12 days, and I got like a grand from it, which is pretty good. Working 12 days and 1 grand.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my second job, I worked at a retirement home. I worked as a server in a like a buffet. Not really a server, more like I did dishwasher. I helped cook and I helped um like customer service wise. Um, I helped I don't know, old people if they need to get their own, like if they need to get food, but they can't like physically get up, then I would have to do it for them. I just have to like tell them, oh, what's on the menu for today, right? Because it's a dinner buffet, right? So that's kind of my job. I wouldn't consider it serving though, because like
How old
yeah,
were you, and how did you find this
I
job?
was 15. I was 15. My uncle was actually the chef of
Got
that
it.
retirement home,
Mhm.
so I got hooked into that. Um, and then third job was at a what do we call it, amusement park. I was a rides operator.
Oh,
So
wait. Before you get into that,
for sure.
how'd you get out of that previous job? Like, why'd
Oh,
you
I
leave
got out
that?
of that. I think it was just school. Because
Okay.
I know it was like in high school and I was in freshman, and like I said, in freshman I did a lot of things. Here and there I did like sports quite a bit. I
Mhm.
practiced outside of school. I had studies to do, so I didn't have time for it. Um, so I left that, and then I got into the amusement park starting in like summer, and
Yeah.
oh, that thing was like 40 hours a week. That was draining because you're working under the sun, right? Um, Obviously you can't have your phone in your area because that's considered distracting, like distracted. Sorry. Um, but yeah, I just operated rides, so obviously I had to explain the rules when they're coming into the ride area, like oh what not to do. Make sure you keep your hands and legs inside the cars or whatever they're riding, right?
Mhm.
And then you have to unlike most, I think most amusement parks, I don't think they actually check the restraints, like your locks and everything properly, because it's like a 30-second ride that you do. So I don't think they're as careful. But in my work, we actually, because we mainly did kids,
Okay.
right? Kids, and like it was like half of the rides were for kids, half the rides for adults, right? So we were actually very careful because like that's we were actually known, like we had people coming from different like provinces, cities to visit us,
Mhm.
right? So we had to be like on point every day, on point, like no mistakes. You can't be leaving like seatbelts off, seatbelts unlocked, right? So you have to explain the rules and stuff thoroughly. You have to make sure it's clear, loud and clear. Make sure that all the entire line hears it, no matter if they have to hear it like 5 times because they're waiting in the line for so long. They have to know it because some people just don't listen and they don't give a shit, right?
Yeah.
So when they come in, you have to make sure the seatbelts are locked, all the restraints are locked. Make sure no one can come in the area while the ride is running, right? So it's a lot of work. It's a lot of running around for sure. I was really tan. I got really tan. Like it was nice tan though. It was nice tan.
Oh.
Because I was under the sun 40 hours a week, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but yeah, that was my third job.
That was your third job.
That was my third job. Yeah.
How'd you decide to get into that?
Um, it was just I just needed a job for the
Oh,
summer too,
yeah.
but I started in April. It went from April until October.
Of what year?
So
Like,
sorry.
was this your high school? High school time?
Yeah, yeah, it was my high school time. Yeah, but in
Oh.
from April to May, it was only on the weekends, and then from September to October, it was only on the weekends as well, right? And then
Mm,
July and August, that's when we did the 40 hours a week, every week.
yeah.
Um, yeah.
And then you were just done with that. And then fourth
Mhm.
job.
The fourth job I did. So I worked on that job for 2 years.
Oh,
I was there for
nice.
2 years, yeah, which is really nice. Yeah, I actually got raised 3 times or something. I don't know,
Sick.
something like that.
Yeah.
And then the fourth job, I worked at a I don't. I'm pretty sure you guys have Smash Burger, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have Smash Burger? Yeah, I worked as a GSC, guest service employee. So I did a lot for that work, but it was a bummer that I had to quit it because I was actually physically getting abused, not like getting beat up, just
Yeah.
overworked.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, sorry.
Smash
Worded it
burger.
wrong.
That's what it means to get abused.
um, no, I worked really hard at that job though, because I liked the job. It was really close to my house. It's like a 5-minute walk, right? But I worked as the front, so I took orders. We had online orders. We had Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Skip the Dishes, all three. So I had to deal with that by myself every day. I did serving as well, right? So I was making the milkshakes, make sure all the orders are like good, like there's no mistakes, nothing, because I don't want to be going back and forth, between tables because their orders were wrong, blah blah, blah, right? So I
Yeah.
have to make sure everything is good. Um, yeah, when it gets really busy, that's when it like starts hitting me like, oh my goodness, like I'm doing so much for this job for like minimum pay, right?
Mhm.
And then so that like, okay, I was like, to me, okay, it's fine, it's maybe, most jobs are like this, maybe I'm just overreacting, right? So I sucked it up, which is fine. I was so drained every single day after work. But when I started learning how to do kitchen, like how to make the burgers, how to do the preps in the morning, that's when I was like started thinking like, hold up, I know literally everything that a manager knows, and I'm getting paid minimum, and I did that for a whole year. So a whole year I was only
Weird.
at the front serving, and then the second year was me doing that entire thing, all the things that managers were doing, and to the point where I had to come up to my general manager and ask for a raise. I was like, oh, I'm just wondering, like, how does raise work? Like, does it work? Like, do I have to work for a certain amount of time, right? And then I heard from someone, like the old general manager, apparently you're supposed to be getting a raise every 6 months,
Mhm.
but I never got a raise for 2 years,
Holy
right?
shit.
Which is, yeah, I was like, god damn, all right, sounds good. So I came up to them. I came up to my general manager, my current general manager, um, and I was like, oh, like how does raise work? Like when am I gonna get a raise, or what do I have to do to get a raise, right? And then
Mhm.
she said, oh yeah, I was looking at your records, your status, and you've been working here for a while, right? You've been working here for at least 2 years, and you didn't get a single raise. So then he was like, oh yeah, I'll talk to the owner, because it was a franchise, it wasn't a corporate, right?
Okay.
So we didn't have like a proper, like we didn't have HR, nothing like that, right? And the owner was very involved in the management. He was very involved. Um, so apparently she came to talk to him, and they said that they will apply it in my next paycheck. So next paycheck, 2 weeks later, I didn't get it. I look up my pay tabs, the status of it, right? It's like, oh,
Mhm.
it's still minimum, right? So I came to talk to her. I'm like, where's the, oh, like what happened to my raise? I thought you talked to them. And then she was like, oh yeah, no worries, no worries. I already sent an email. I bet they'll, like, it'll come on your second paycheck. So I wait another 2 weeks, and I was like, I was so excited because like it's a raise, right? It's a raise worth 2 years, and they didn't give me a raise,
At all.
not yet. So 4 weeks of
Okay.
me waiting, and I got really mad because like I did so much for this job, and I was so drained. I come home from school every day, and I work um the 4 to 10,
Mhm.
right? Well, 5 hours, but it was so physically draining.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I would even um open from 11 and close at 10 because someone would call in. So to me, um when I say I do a lot for this job, I did a lot for this job. If I have to come in for a shift, I come in for a shift. I never call in. I think I called in once from that job, or yeah, just once. And then I would always extend, even though, let's say, like I work 11 to 4, right? And then if someone calls in again, I extend. I will close. That's fine with me, right? um I run from the front, from taking orders to the kitchen to make the orders, right? Because it gets so busy, it gets insanely busy. I do all the preps in the morning. I help, sorry, not all of it, I just help,
Yeah.
right? Because they only have one person doing the prep and the kitchen in the morning. So if we're busy,
Yeah.
the kitchen person is not able to make the prep, and then we're literally we're getting shit on for the entire day,
Uh-huh.
right? Because we're basically making the prep and then using them right away, right? So that's what happens. um and then, yeah, so if I didn't do those things, if I was just like a regular employee who does like, oh, coming for a ship, works hard, that's fine. But when I have to work 11 to 4, and then I come home, I shower, and you make me come in again to work a shift, then I at least expect something back, right? Like I'm doing all these things for nothing, minimum payment. Like I'm literally killing myself working as a manager basically for nothing.
And there's
So
no
then
tips there
that's
either.
no tips either. That's the, oh my goodness, oh, so bad. No tips, man. So I waited 4 weeks for that raise. It
Mhm.
didn't come. So again, I waited another 2 weeks, so that's 6 weeks waiting after I asked for a raise. All right, and then I was like, are you serious? Like, there's no. I never said this, but I'm always respectful. I'm never gonna disrespect my managers ever, never. I'll always be nice. I'm never gonna like raise my voice or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I think in my tone, like she was able to tell that I was kind of annoyed and like I've had enough of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you're overworking me, like, shit, like it's tough. So I told her, oh, I'm quitting. Right? I'm not gonna stay here. I have like I think I had 3 jobs waiting for me. I had a job as a cook that I do now. I had a job in a mall, and I was actually offered a supervisor spot at the amusement park. Right? So
Yeah.
those are 3 jobs that are waiting for me,
Yes.
or like who was inviting me back. Um, so I told her I had 3 other jobs. Like I don't think this is for me. I worked here for 2 years. I asked for one single raise. Honestly, I would have been fine with like a 25-cent raise if you gave it to me right away after I asked. But the fact that I had to wait 6 months and you gave me a 50-cent raise of me working in this company for like 2 years, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna be happy with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she was like showing me, oh yeah, it's coming, oh it's here. Like look, this is even like what I asked them, oh like a 1550 a raise, like oh like just stay, right? And I was like, nah, it's not gonna convince me, like, right? And she was like, uh she was telling me, oh like, what if I give you a free meal every shift, right? Because we have to pay for our own meals. We have to pay 50% of it. We don't even get free food, right? um which is fine. Like you make me pay, I'll pay for it, that's okay. She was offering me free meals and I'm like, no thanks, right? So that was it for that job. I had enough of it. No tips. Damn, that sucked, dude. Like no tips. Then now I work as a chef. I get like to me this is like massive tips, bro. I get like 160 every 2 weeks as from tips. Like going from 0 to 160 every 2 weeks is like a big hop for me. So I'm like so happy. I'm like, oh my god, you know? Even though even though like some servers they get like 200 a night.
Yeah.
They cash out 200 in a night, and I'm like, nah, bro, 160 in 2 weeks, I'm fine with that. Give it to me, bro. I'm so happy,
Yeah.
right?
You never had anything before.
I know, I didn't have
Yeah.
anything at all. It was so, I don't know, man.
Yes.
Yeah,
So that's what it was. So Smash Burger for 2 years, and then that shift
yeah, the
afterwards.
shift, yeah, and then now I just work as a chef at the movie theater at a VIP. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Can you elaborate on that, like what you do now and what the like setting is like?
Um, so now I work in a corporate company,
Okay.
right? So um we have we have proper managers, right? We have HR, we have like district managers coming in every like month, right, to check up on everything. um and now, like I said, I work as a chef. I look like a rat, by the way, because I wear a hat, and without my hair, bro, my ears are popping out, so I look funny.
Okay.
So I work as a chef. Do you want to know like what we make?
Yeah, you could talk about whatever you're
Okay, yeah.
okay with.
So we have two sets of kitchens. So we have a hot set and then a cold set. The cold set, basically we have desserts there. We have like salads, stuff like that. Mini donuts, um, tacos, wraps, right? And the hot set we have the burgers, the fish, like the fries, the pizzas, the nachos, the quesadilla. There's a lot of things, right?
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, I'm always normally on the cold set though, just because I did just start. And even though I'm fast in the cold set, the hot set you need like timing, because all the food has to come out at the same time, right?
Mhm.
Because we're trying to mimic like a 5-star restaurant. Where on my other job, if you make the fries for it first and it stays there for like 10 minutes, that's fine. Like they wouldn't care. They would just still send it out, right? Which is like the most unprofessional part of that job. But yeah, now it's like everything is organized. Everything is like Everything's good. Basically, you just all I have to do is make food. That's it. I don't have to
Yeah.
serve them. I don't have to deal with customers. Even though, um, I do like serving. I do like customer service, guest service. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because that's something that I think I excel at. Uh, but cooking, the environment in the kitchen, most of them are Filipino, so it's really nice. Um, Lots of things like joke around about. Most of them are kind of my age. Some are like adults already, like dads, like and then like their 50s and stuff. And they're
Yeah.
still really nice. They still think like as a kid, right? So you can kind of joke around with them, which
Mm-hmm.
is yeah, it's really nice.
You're in a good place.
I like it. Yeah, honestly, I like it. Yeah.
Yeah. How long has it been since you were there?
I've only been there for 2 months. 2 months, but they're already cross training me to be a server.
Yeah.
But I didn't really like it because I'm scared of heights. Okay, and at a movie theater, obviously there's aisles, right? So you go up and down the stairs, and while you're
Wow.
balancing like these big trays, bro, and it's dark, right? So I struggled quite a bit. I didn't like it.
I've never seen a place like that personally. Just,
Really?
yeah, just serving people at the movie theaters. Like,
Yeah, no,
damn.
it's I know. I don't know if see if you search here. If you search up, yeah, okay. If you search up VIP Cineplex here, and then you look at images, you'll see like a movie theater with your own table, so you have your own arm table. Um, there, and you have like people. You have these people called in seat. They're the ones who take your orders, and you have the people called runners. They're the one who takes the order from the kitchen and brings it to you.
Yeah, I could just imagine it.
Yeah.
Like in my area at least,
Mhm.
if you want to get food and stuff, you just go to that section and you just order, just bring it in yourself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
It's
and you just
crazy.
put the food on your lap, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, or stuff like that. Dang, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so of all your experiences, do you have like any interesting stories to tell us about whatever? It could be customer interactions, funny moments, embarrassing moments.
Working at the amusement park, that you needed a lot of patience for that. You need patience, you need a lot of understanding customers, like what their perspective is like.
Mm-hmm.
And that's honestly how I got kind of my personality from, right? Because you kind of have to be like very friendly, you have to be approachable, 100% approachable, right? Because if you aren't, then the kids are going to be scared of you, right?
Yeah.
You have to be, yeah, you have to be. I think one tip though, when you're dealing with kids in a situation like those things,
Mm-hmm.
I think I found the best way to talk to kids or to deal with kids is getting into the same height as them. Because if you're standing tall and you're looking down on them, they kind of get scared, right? So yeah, I crouch down and I talk to them, like, oh, so this is what you do, blah blah blah, right? When you come in, make sure you put your seatbelt on, you keep your hands and legs in the boat, make sure you're not touching the water because it's really dirty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Stuff like that. That job I had to deal with a lot of unsatisfied customers, like guests who got mad because they weren't tall enough for the ride, right? Because our rides, we have restrictions. We have height restriction, and yeah, because the restraints on some rides, you required like you have to be big enough to be in that ride, or else you're gonna fly off, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we have the height restriction. Um, but yeah, I dealt with a lot of parents who got mad because their kids weren't tall enough, and they were like saying, "Oh, I can hold my kid. They're not gonna fall off." But if they do fall off, that would be our fault. We would take the blame. The park would take the blame. We would get sued. We'd lose
Mm-hmm.
millions of dollars. I would get fired instantly, on the spot, bro. Right?
Yeah.
So I had to deal with a lot of those, and I think there I learned like how to kind of reword things, um, like such as explaining why your child can't ride it, and rephrasing that to like, for example, like what would be a good example? I don't know I don't know what I'm saying, but yeah, just rewording it, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of all of your jobs, do you have like a specific story of like the most difficult customer you dealt with?
Most difficult customer I dealt with.
Or person, yeah.
Maybe not like a specific situation, but
Mm-hmm.
in my like in the same work, the amusement park, we offer this program called it's a program for special kids, right?
Okay.
Kids in needs, right? Um, so basically, they have a pass. They have a boarding pass. It's called a boarding pass,
Mm-hmm.
and then they can go on the exit door, and they can come from there, and they get a back-to-back ride, right? So
Yeah.
so I've actually dealt with a lot of guests who complain about it. They were like, oh, what are those passes? Like, how come they came from the exit gate? How come they got to go in before we did? Like, oh, we want that car, we want that color, blah blah blah. But they don't understand like the hardship of like the guardians who are with them. Because like these kids who get the boarding pass, they're not the best to like deal with. But without the guardians, we would struggle, bro. We would struggle to communicating with them, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's why they're there. I just don't think they understand enough that, oh, like we're doing this for experience as well. Because some kids who needs like um some kids who have special who are special, they can't wait in line. Let's say they have anger issues. They like they start yelling. They can't control their emotions. That's why we have this program for them to just kind of um, enjoy it right away,
Yeah.
right? And then some parents, they just don't understand it. Like, oh, they want to get in first, so blah. Like we lined up for like 20 minutes for this, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, dealing with them was like the hardest part, but it was very challenging. But at the same time, after you deal with them, you feel better about yourself because um, you dealt with the situation properly, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
if they stayed on the ride, like if they stayed on the line and still rode the ride, you like um, and then they say bye and like thank you, then you know you did a good job. You know you handled it well. You know, um, you didn't like you like they left with satisfaction. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to like just yell at them and be like, oh, you don't understand this, blah blah blah. Like you guys have to understand that this kid like has this and that. But yeah, obviously you have to have your tone has to be um, steady. It has to be calm. You can't show aggressiveness, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Definitely. Nice. Guess to wrap things up with your work experience,
Mhm.
what would you say is good to know about like the service industry, like food service and all that? What should people know about that?
uh, like wait, sorry, I can you say that again? How do you?
Like, what do you want people to know about those who work in the service industry? Kind of like because
Oh,
you have all that experience, you've dealt with
yeah.
so many different people. Like, what do you want them to know about what it's like working there?
It's honestly, I think it takes like I said, it takes a lot of patience and understanding to be like in this type of industry, like being a server, being
Mm-hmm.
someone who's in first contact with a customer, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't just lose control, you can't just lose focus on your job just because you're so mad at this customer just because this customer was a bitch. Like yeah, you have to deal with these, right? Like these are the type of things that you technically applied for because you're dealing with the customers. You're not in the back. You're not the one cooking. You're not the one cooking the food, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, you're the one dealing with them. I do think like for everything, I just think you need a lot of confidence dealing with these type of things. Because if you panic and if you have to bring out your manager every time you have this type of situation, that's a big
Mm-hmm.
problem. That means you can't handle the pressure, right? You can't handle the responsibility of your kitchen. Like let's say they make a mistake,
Yeah.
right? You have to deal with that because that's not like technically like I said, you're the first contact. Like if you deliver a food and it's the wrong burger, let's say it's the wrong burger, wrong bun, blah blah, blah like oh it's the wrong fries, you're the one who's gonna get blamed and not the kitchen because you're the one who took the order too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you might have put in like the wrong order, things like that. But yeah.
Yeah.
No way, is that Eric? Oh
Yeah.
my god. Hey baby, what's good, yo?
He was on the episode before you, so.
Yeah, I heard. Here though, I had to work. Sorry.
So that's basically what you're saying to expect when you're like in the industry.
Oh yeah, 100%. You have to know how to deal with customers properly.
Mhm.
Yeah, you just can't lose focus. You can't lose control. You got to keep composure.
Yeah. So like other people before, so when I asked them that, they were talking more so about like if you were a customer and you're like going to a restaurant, right? And you
Hmm.
see that you're seeing what servers are going through.
Yeah.
A few people have said like don't blame them for, you know, like waiting too long on the food and stuff like that.
Yeah. No. I think
That's
the
an
people who
example.
actually, yeah, I think the people who complains about like the time or
Mhm.
like the service, blah blah. They've never worked in that type of industry.
Exactly.
Like you have to, because like yeah, like what you're saying, right?
Mhm.
Like I work in this industry, and if I were to come into a restaurant and the service is taking so long, I would understand because I've been in that situation before, right? It's like just putting your shoes in someone else's shoes. Like you can't blame the service, you can't blame the kitchen. It's all in timing. Like if you're coming in with 50 other people in the restaurant, you can't expect to be the first one they serve, right? Because it's first come first serve. It also depends on the food you're ordering, how long it's gonna take, right?
Mhm.
But yeah, no, I think people lack lack um perspective. They don't,
Exactly.
yeah, they don't see it enough, right? But yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I was basically asking you. So that's great to hear that side of it too. Are you good? Do you need like a break or anything?
Oh no, I'm good. Don't worry.
All right, all
I
right.
mean, I have my soju here. No, I'm kidding.
Speaking of that, we're gonna talk about the social aspects of your life. So,
Hmm?
um, were you or are you big on parties and events like raves, clubs, all that?
No, no, actually wasn't. I think to me when I did my first actually parties, house parties, yeah, sure. As long as everyone in that house is mutuals, like I know them from someone or I know them
Mm-hmm.
personally. That's always fun because you can literally look left and right behind you and you know everyone. That's what's fun. Um, but I think just like a random invite from a house party or like going to the club or I've never tried rave and I'm not gonna say anything about rave because I heard it's fun.
Okay.
But clubs and random house parties, um, to me they're overhyped. I never I never got into them. Yeah, I got into like a couple house parties and like I went to the club twice. No, it's just not my vibe. I'm not like the
Not
type to
you.
like approach girls and like start dancing with them, start kissing them. I'm sorry, that's just not me, bro.
Yeah, yo, guys only, guys only.
Hmm.
So what was your first drink ever? Let's talk about drinking too.
First drink ever. That's when I turned 18, because obviously the legal age in Canada or some parts of Canada is 18
Mm-hmm.
to drink. Um, how's fuck,
Wait, what?
dude. I invited my friends at like 5,
Uh-huh.
and we didn't start drinking at like 8, and I blacked out at 10.
Your first time?
I finished 2 bottles of hard liquor with no chasers. Because I didn't think chasers existed back then. I just drank them, bro, out of the bottle. Like,
What'd you
right?
drink?
Vodka and tequila.
So your first night where you blacked out. Vodka and
I
tequila.
blacked out, dude. I would black the shit out. Oh my god. I even have videos of it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was so funny, man. Definitely something that I would never do again. I would never drink to black out again. I think it, to me, in my head, it was just for experience. Like, oh, let's do this. I'm gonna drink all night, you know? I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna drink until we black out. And I actually did black out. So
Was that the only
yeah,
time you blacked out?
that's the only time I
Since?
blacked out. The other time I just got a little drunk and a little like, because when I get drunk, I actually start laughing. I start laughing a lot. I get giggly. Um, I'm not the type to like, get angry over anything. If anything, I'll just laugh, right? I'll just start dancing in the middle of everyone. Um, and I'm loud. I'm really loud when I'm drunk. It's like so loud. I'll start screaming anything, bro.
I was gonna ask you that, so you're the loud. Loud
I'm
drunk.
loud.
Giggly, loud drunk.
Mhm.
Any like memories, favorite memories from like just drinking or just having parties and stuff like that? Crazy stories.
Um, Crazy stories. Let's see. Cause I started doing this at senior when I was in senior.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I was with my ex back then. So I started dating someone when I was in grade 12. So when I did these like parties, I started drinking and stuff. I controlled myself. I'm not gonna. To me, I don't know why, but some people when they meet me, they think I'm like someone like a player, you know. Which is, you know what, it's fine. I've gotten it enough that I accept it. If I look like a player, it's fine. Um, but I know, but my friends and I know that like I'll never cheat. I'll always be loyal. I'll always respect whoever I'm with. Mm, but yeah, not so there's no wild experience. That's what I'm saying. Um, but drinking, let's see. No, there's nothing. No, I don't. I just get drunk and I start laughing and just yeah, that's it.
All right, what's your favorite drink and least favorite drink?
Favorite drink would be wait, hard liquor or beer?
Just anything.
uh, Beer. Best thing I've had recently is peach cider. Most hated drink, definitely tequila. Just burns my throat, dude. But I still finished the bottle of it when I first started drinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the drinking stuff. Let's go talk about some of your interests aside from basketball right now.
Right now,
Are you
I
big?
think-
Oh, I was gonna ask, are
Sorry,
you
go.
big
No,
on
sorry, go.
anime, shows, dramas, movies?
Oh yeah, I'm big on anime for sure. I have like I have Netflix, Disney, and Crunchyroll, but I'm mainly on Crunchyroll now.
Top 5 anime.
I just top 5 anime. Damn, that's hard, bro. Why you do that to me?
No specific
Um,
order.
No specific order. Okay.
Yeah.
I think right now, I would say Fairy Tail is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
I get it, you know, some people they prefer short series, right? They don't watch like One Piece, Naruto. I don't watch One Piece or Naruto, but um yeah, Fairy Tail would be one of them. My Hero Academia would be one of them. Um I think out of all these ones though, Death Note would be the top one.
Ooh, okay.
So Death Note, Hunter x Hunter, My Hero. What did I say the other one was? Oh, Fairy Tail.
Yeah. So
The
that's
fifth
4.
one, I would say. Um, Wait, let me hold up. I'm going to my Crunchyroll, dude. Let's see my watch list, cause there's so many things, dude.
Yeah, it's on the spot.
Oh, sorry. Can I redo this? Can I redo this?
Yeah, of course.
Let me redo it. All right, so let's do Death Note. I would say
Uh-huh.
Haikyuu. Um, Doctor Stone.
Okay.
I'll do 6. My Hero, Demon Slayer, and Hunter x Hunter. I don't know how to choose 5, bro.
Nice. Okay. So that's anime. How about favorite shows? Top 5 favorite shows.
Top 5 favorite shows, I would do Friends.
Oh,
Don't hate on me.
sitcom type of guy. Okay.
Yeah, it's funny. How I Met Your Mother.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen Cobra Kai?
First season only.
Oh, yeah, that's good. I love Cobra Kai. SpongeBob.
You say SpongeBob? Okay.
Um. Uh. I don't know anything else. Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's okay.
What's your favorite five? Because I might need to watch some of yours.
We might have different interests in
Okay,
shows.
well,
I'm
what's
gonna
yours though?
say.
What's yours though?
Well, actually, I have it on my Twitch page. So, I like no specific order: Dexter, The Walking Dead, Vikings, Game of Thrones, Dark, Ozark, The Last
Mhm,
Kingdom, Peaky Blinders, Sons of Anarchy,
mhm,
and I put you for now.
mhm. Oh, I heard a lot of good things for that from that. I heard Game of Thrones is good. I've seen The Walking Dead. I only went up to like season 5 though, I think.
Okay, it's pretty far.
Whichever season that I didn't like. I know I didn't like the last season that I watched, but I didn't like it, so I stopped watching it.
Okay,
But yeah, yeah.
yeah, those are my shows. Okay, how about movies? What movies do you like?
Movies.
It's probably hard to
Um,
pick a top five, honestly. So
I like the series of Maze Runner. I think that
oh,
was pretty good.
okay.
Percy Jackson too. I like Percy Jackson. Um, Movies. That's hard, yo. Uh, Fast and Furious series was good too. I like that. I'm like into Marvel, so um, I would say the Infinity War, the last after the Endgame.
Uh-huh.
Wait,
But
no, it's the Endgame.
bef-
Sorry,
oh,
the Endgame was the
Endgame. You're
last
talking about
one.
Endgame.
Yeah,
Okay.
Endgame was dope. Um, and I would say the original Spider-Man for sure. I think that's what I was like.
Wait, the original?
Yeah, the original. So the one in
Like you mean years ago? Like
yeah, the first one, the
Tobey
first
Maguire
Spider-Man.
old?
Yeah, the first
Uh,
actor, the
okay, yeah,
Spider-Man,
yeah, yeah.
basically.
Got
Yeah,
it, got it.
I think that went up
Nice.
to like three, right? I don't think it was a
Yes.
four. I think it was just Spider-Man one, two, three.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Nice. Were there any other interests that you want to mention aside from like Valorant, like and basketball?
No, I don't really do anything else
Okay.
besides those things.
No worries, no worries. Good to know that I have it all down. Okay. More on the social aspects.
Mhm.
So let's talk about relationships that you've been in and if any heartbreak. So again, like work, we could start from the first one. You could talk
Mhm.
about anything else, like in between or before that, crushes, whatnot. And then you could
Okay.
tell us how you met, how it went, if it ended, like details.
Okay. I think crushes were kind of childish to me. No, 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 not so like not if you like someone, if you had a crush on someone, that's not childish. My crushes like were childish, right? So if I like someone, just not that I think about it, it was childish. To me, I'm not gonna. I don't go for looks, and when I say that in a very genuine way,
Mm-hmm.
right? If I get to know you as a person, and um, and I really vibe with you, right? If I can like be um the person I am when I play, like if I can be like very outgoing towards you, and you're not gonna like hate on it, then that's something that I would really go for. Um, First girlfriend I had was I met her at work, actually at the amusement park. She was also a ride operator, in
Mm-hmm.
my team. So I got to know her. I started dating her in my senior year.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, I didn't really focus. I didn't really talk to any girls. I didn't focus on any girls, if anything, because I had sports. I had no time for literally girls. That's it. And I
Yeah.
never thought about it until I was in senior high. So yeah, so I was with her for 10 months. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then I broke up with her, because I thought that it was just the entire relationship felt like it was just about sex.
What was she like as a person, like
As
personality
a
wise?
person, personality wise, I really liked her. She was very friendly. She was really like close to my parents.
Mm-hmm.
My parents really liked her. It was just I don't know. It just felt like we just did a lot of too much of it, and it just to me it was just like it's the bonding. Like no way you come over just to do that and then leave after. Like you don't even want to have like dinner or lunch. Like
Yeah.
um yeah, and I would always get flamed for like talking to not when I say talking to girls, like not like texting and like DMing them, right? It's more like talking in person, right? When girls come up to me, just to, like have a nice conversation. Oh, how's your day, right? Or are you busy? Blah blah. I get like she gets mad at that, and I'm like, I have no control over that. Like it's not my fault
Oh,
that they're
jealousy.
like
Yeah.
acting. Yeah, so she's very like she's a jealousy type of person, which is like I'm not mad about it. It's a part of like um it's literally most girls, you get jealous, it's natural, right? Not a problem. um and then
Well, what
second
was?
one,
Oh, before you get into that.
oh sorry, yeah, for sure.
So basically, you said it's not about looks, so you don't have like a specific type.
No, not definitely not a specific type. I mean, maybe like uh hoping that she wouldn't be taller than me.
Okay, at
Kind of
least.
nice, yeah, like maybe that's it, but like you know
So girlfriend
no,
number
definitely not
one,
looks.
what was her ethnicity?
She was white.
Okay.
Yeah, Canadian. um
Alright.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
And then for the second one, I've only had 3 girls actually. Um, Second one, I was only with her for a month, so I don't know if you would consider that, but for a month,
Mm.
I was with her, and then nothing special to be honest. I just, um, oh, do you want to hear something funny? So
Yeah, sure.
my first ex, actually, she actually tried getting back together with me, but after I think a month after we broke up,
Uh-huh.
she had started dating another guy, and then I think the day after they started dating, they fucked. So like, and then I'm like, and then she tries getting back to me, like, are you serious? Like, what's wrong with you? So that really like, I lost my trust.
Wait, how would you know that?
Cause she just told me, she was just like, cause I was just asking, like I was just fucking around. Oh, what are you guys up to? Like, oh, doing this and that. So I was like, oh, that's fine, I guess.
Oh,
And then she tried getting back together with me, and then I was like, yeah, no thanks, I'm good. That was really fast for her to move on, so I was like, god damn, bro.
damn, a month
uh,
later? Shit.
a month,
Okay.
bro, a month
Okay,
later,
okay.
and the fact that like I don't know, I guess she's just horny as hell. But second one,
How'd you meet the second one?
I mean, I met her through a coworker at Smash.
Okay.
So she used to work at Smash, and then um yeah, and then I met her friend. uh yeah, and then we dated for a month, and then after a month, she was actually best friends with her ex. So that was kind of like a red flag for me, but at
Okay.
the same time I was stupid. So then after we broke up, they got back together right away. So after that,
Oh.
yeah, after that, I I don't cry over girls though. That's the thing. Not that I care, not that I don't care. It's just if there's not a special bond, I wouldn't cry over it, right?
What was her
Um,
ethnicity?
she was Filipina.
Mm, okay.
Yeah, I think she was born here though. Not sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then my third one is my most recent one. We broke up a month ago actually, so like
Damn.
it's hard, but this one we were together for 18 months, known each other for almost 2 years. We were really close. Actually, I really loved her. She was actually someone that I was like willing to spend my life with, if anything, right? Um,
So how did?
I was really happy with her.
Yeah.
She was in school. She had work. Blah blah. Right. We would only see each other once a week, but we would FaceTime every night.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
So like, how did this start?
Oh, how did this start? Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. So, one of the girls in my friend group is friends with her.
Okay.
So she kind of just hooked me up, and then like she gave me her snap and everything. So that's what started. We started talking.
Hmm.
And then a few months later, I asked her out. You know. And when I take out girls, I actually don't let them pay. I think only let her pay once. Out of the times that we went out within those like almost 2 years, right? So
Mm-hmm.
money is not a big thing for me. Like, I'm not saying I'm rich, but like if you want this, blah, blah, that's fine, right? As long as I can afford it. Because I do work for my own money. I don't get allowances from my parents. I stopped getting allowances since I started working when I was
Mm-hmm.
15. So I pay for everything for me. All my bills, I pay for it. Um, yeah. So we were together for 18 months, and then things just like I'm not gonna get into depth with it, but like
Yeah.
it's just family things
Mm-hmm.
that she wasn't willing to like do for me, um, which is a big problem for me because family to me is the most important thing. Like that's you can never be more than anything to me besides my family. Like my family, um, I don't have a lot of I do have a lot of relatives here, but not all of them are close. So if you're not close with my family, then and if you're not willing to put the effort to be close to them, then I'm sorry. Like I'm not being close to them should be coming to you naturally. You know,
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to like mention it. Oh, like when are you gonna get close to them? When are you gonna open up to them? Like it's been 2 years. It should come naturally. It shouldn't be like I have to mention it to you, and you have to like put the effort, right? And she wasn't willing to do that, so
Mm-hmm.
that was a big problem. We broke up on that. Um, but I cried. I cried for a whole 2 weeks actually. I don't cry. I really don't. I'm not gonna cry over like when I say I don't cry. It takes a lot. It takes a lot for me to cry. You
Yeah.
know. Um, but I was I was drained. I had nothing. I was crying for 2 weeks. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't play Val. I couldn't because I know if I played Val, I'd just be throwing my games, right? So I couldn't play Val. I just work. I eat, sleep, work, stay on my bed, stay in my room for 2 weeks. I really couldn't do anything, and um, I'm like slightly getting better though, for sure. My friends actually played a big role on it.
Good.
Um,
Yeah.
they take me out, they literally take me out like 11 at night, right? We got some McDonald's here and there. We just hang out for a couple of hours, and it's I don't know. I love my friends. So my friends, my IRLs, even though we don't play as much online, they're always supportive of me when it comes to, like the dating. They're always there for me when if I have to text someone, let's say, oh, I have this problem, blah blah blah. Like, what do I do with this? They're always there for me, and that's what's the best thing about like having real friends, because there's difference
Yeah.
between just having acquaintances and real friends, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, to me, family's everything. Like,
So that's why are you saying you're the one that ended it?
I was on the end of it, yeah,
Got it.
yeah. So the first relationship, I ended it. Second relationship, I didn't end it. She ended it. Um, obviously because of her ex, but
Yeah. Yeah.
third relationship, I had to end it, even though I did not want to. I really didn't want to though. Like when I said I didn't want to, I tried my best not to. I tried convincing her for a whole 3 hours. Why can you not do this? Why can't you do this for me? Right? It's such a minimum thing. Like I was asking for the minimum, the bare minimum, right? And she
Mm-hmm.
just wasn't willing to do it. And I put so much effort into that relationship for the whole like say 18 months. I
Yeah.
put like I worked hard. I really worked hard because like the, it was hard breaking up with her because of the memories. And one thing too, if like you're scared of like getting out of a relationship, like let's say you're scared of breaking up with someone because of the memories you had, you got to think about it. That's memories, bro, right? Um, if it's like an abusive relationship, like if you just really like the looks of your partner, no, that relationship is never gonna last, and it's not gonna be good for you in the long term because you're just basing it off of like a small thing, like just memories. The memories are important, but if you really don't like the person anymore and the memories are holding you back, no, it's not good for you. It's not healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, we just broke up recently. So
Um. Okay. And was she also Filipino?
she was also Filipino, yeah. But neither of them spoke Tagalog.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you're just focused on yourself. So
Sir, and I think that's gonna stay for a while.
yeah.
I think I
Dang.
think
I honestly didn't want to assume that was the case. for your
What?
situation because you were gone.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I was up for 2 weeks, man. I had no motivation. I couldn't even be on Twitch. I just said hi, but I only said hi to people that actually like watching. Like I stopped by your stream to say, "Oh, I hope you're doing good," because I haven't been here in 2 weeks. I haven't seen you. You know,
Yeah, I was
I just wanted to,
surprised.
yeah, I wanted to check like how you guys were doing for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah,
We'd ask, can you speak Tagalog?
Tagalog. Who said that? Feed? Of
Feed.
course I can speak Tagalog. Yeah, 100%, dude.
All right. I guess lastly, to stray away from the relationship topic,
Mhm.
what general advice would you give to people looking for relationships in that sense
Um,
or in relationships?
Definitely not rush it. Um, because to me, I think in my first two relationships, I think it was rushed. I think like I was expecting a lot right away. So I think you should get to know the person first. Because if you're just like trying to date them based on their looks and not their personality, and like it's never gonna work out. And you have to know like how do I word this? All I'm saying is that you have to know how they're gonna be like around your parents, because this is someone like you're gonna live with for the rest of your life. And are you able gonna stand them? Like you're gonna able to stand like fighting every day, fighting every week, having the same fight. Like, is it really worth it? Is it really worth your time?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got it. Nice. All right. Transitioning to the next topic, let's talk about what are your current goals and aspirations in life?
um Current goals right now. Right now I'm currently trying to be a real estate. I'm trying to get into the real estate industry. um That's gonna be hard. It's a very competitive industry right now, especially in my area. But that's like the one thing that I'm trying to get into right now. Goals though, um, radiant. No, I'm kidding. That's hard. That's I'm never gonna reach that, but that's fine.
What?
And
Never.
goals, never. No, that's a lot of work. I don't even have time to put in the effort to reach Immortal 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not even good enough for that. Long term, I think the goal right now though is to. Hmm, Oh, not like for myself, but like I just want to meet some friends from Twitch, because I'm already planning on going to Cali next year.
Oh shit.
So I'm actually looking forward to that. So I'm gonna go around meet some friends in Cali, aka you.
Yeah, if you're in my area, hell yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Are you from where? Irvine,
No, I'm
OC.
in I'm in San Jose, so the Bay
Oh, that's
Area.
fine. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going from the Bay to SoCal, bro.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's like my next question, anyways. Like travel and adventure. So, where have you been to, or what exciting things have you done, and where do you plan to go?
Um, I've been to nowhere. I went from Philippines
To
to
Canada.
Japan to stop by to Canada.
Uh huh.
So not really much experience about traveling.
No worries. Okay.
Where I'm from, we're surrounded by mountains, so like I just kind of I do a lot of hiking.
Like. Mhm.
I used to do a lot of hiking before COVID, but with the new restrictions, I couldn't really do it with friends. Um, I've only gone from like province to province, and that was when I go camping.
Yeah.
But then again, I haven't gone camping because of COVID recently, right? So yeah.
Mhm. Okay, but so traveling though, future travels. Where else? You said SoCal, NorCal, just California in general.
Future travels. Okay, so Cali is to meet friends, but if I were going to like a vacation, well, that's also a vacation, but if I was going with like family or let's say like someone special, I would go to Korea, Japan, and Hawaii, and Europe actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, those places are fun.
Okay, we're gonna revisit this traveling topic in a second. Okay.
Sure, for sure.
Aside from Twitch, what social media are you active on, and what do you do?
Mm, to be honest with you, like activism in like you post something or like you.
Yeah, like what do you have, and do you
Oh,
actually use them? What?
Not like just TikTok. I just watch TikTok. Like
Okay.
sometimes I'm on TikTok for like 4 hours and I wouldn't even notice. And I'm like, damn, it's already five. God damn, I was just using this like one.
Uh-huh.
I think I just watch anime, or I'm just always like on Val offline. Um, because right now I just work and I just play.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get back into streaming more soon. I'm just like waiting on my consistent schedule because my schedule right now is kind of all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I work in the morning, sometimes I work at night. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then you do have TikTok. I know you have IG, Discord.
Yeah. I'm active on Discord a lot actually. So if, like you message me, I'll try to get back to you within like 10 minutes. I don't have notification, but I'm always checking it.
Uh-huh.
Um, would you consider Snapchat?
Yeah, yeah.
Just yeah, I'm always on Snapchat too. Like I have friends that I talk to there on the daily. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, Rex has a question about your favorite ongoing anime.
Favorite ongoing anime? Um, there's right now I'm watching two that I'm waiting for. Um, wait, would you consider Haikyuu? But Haikyuu is like Haikyuu and Demon Slayer. They're like not coming on until like a bit later. But ongoing anime, the weekly release. I'm watching My Hero. I didn't have one this week. I don't know why. And that time I got reincarnated as a slime.
Oh, he answered his all-time. So, Death Note, Haikyuu, Doctor Stone, My Hero, Demon Slayer, and what was the last one? Hunter? Yeah, Hunter x Hunter.
Oh, Hunter, yeah.
He has 6, but he
I think
put
it's
Death
five.
Note. Yeah, he put Death Note on
That
top.
note is something though. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Before we get into the next topic, which is Twitch, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick.
For sure. Actually, me too. Then.
Okay, for sure, for sure.
I'll get some water. All right.
2-minute break.
Sure.
Shunbei, hello. Welcome to the stream. Hope all is well with you. Thanks to everyone for tuning in. What's up? What's up? All right, I'll be right back. All right. You good?
Yes, sir. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay. So, On to the Twitch topics. Let's go. All right. So, how did you learn about Twitch, and what got you into streaming, or when to?
How did I learn about Twitch? Oh yes, I met a couple of friends from Fortnite. Can't hate on me. I used to love Fortnite. Haven't played it ever since though. I I met a couple of them. The one of them is Chelsea. One of them is named Jose. Chelsea was the one who used to stream. We kind of fell off though, so we're not really friends anymore. We still know each other though, you know, still say hi. But yeah, she used to stream on Twitch, and she mentioned that once, and then I just got into it. I didn't really. I used to stream Fortnite back then, like a really long time ago, like 3, 4 years ago.
Yeah.
But that was like, I think I streamed like 5 times in like a month, and then I stopped. So after I got affiliated, I stopped, and then I used to play Fortnite competitive, or I was gonna play Fortnite competitively. That's why I got a PC. But then when I got a PC, I was thinking, oh, maybe I can stream it now. I won't lose, like, I won't have pocket loss, no frame drop, and yeah. So I started streaming again, Fortnite, and then Val came out, and then yeah, I kind of just started playing Val more than Fortnite, and then I had to delete Fortnite to have more space for my other games. But yeah, that's how I got into Twitch.
So, what year would you say you became really active on Twitch?
What year?
Yeah.
2020.
2020. Okay.
Yeah, like a year and a few months ago. Yeah.
Okay, so what is your current schedule, and what categories are you currently streaming?
Schedule, I mentioned it earlier, I don't have any schedule right now because of my inconsistent work schedule. So I kind of just stream whenever. Sometimes I would stream at like 5 in the morning, you know. Sometimes at like 2 in the morning. Sometimes like 8 in the morning. Very inconsistent. Yeah. Categories, I just play Val. That's it. Either I'm smurfing or on my main, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so who would you say are your day ones that are still kind of like in contact with you, who you still keep in touch with from Twitch?
From Twitch, I think um Demons. Booyah. Do you know Booyah?
Sounds familiar. Like-
He's one of my mods. I know him IRL, so he's not in my friend group, but we went to the same high school.
Yeah.
So I've kept in touch with him ever since I started streaming. Turn Up Taco, Kirsten. We don't talk like off Twitch, but you know, she stops by every now and then here and there. And then I have 2 other mods who have the founders badge, and yeah, they stop by here and there as well. And Bulba, do you know Bulba?
Bubble what?
Bulba, do you know him?
I might recognize the names when I see them, like, but
Yeah, maybe.
not really exactly.
Yeah, so Bulba, he also streams. He's probably one of the most active. No, Bulba's the most active. Yeah, probably one of the most active though. Since day one. But yeah, that's probably it.
Let's talk about your favorite memories from streaming, or favorite streams if you had any.
Favorite streams
or memories. Yeah.
Wait, when did I get drunk? Oh, I think it was my birthday. I think that was probably like, was it my birthday? Yeah, I think it was my birthday though. I was drinking, and one of my friends who are, you know, keep in touch right now, his name is JR, official JR. He rated me, right? And then I don't know, dude, I just kept drinking, so I don't know what they were talking about. I was like with people on Discord, I had my cam on, you know, and people saying, "Oh, what's good, guys? What the fuck is up?" You know. That was one. I think the second and third one. The second one I think would be when I got raided by Tig, a professional player of from Fortnite and then converted to Val.
Okay.
His name is Tig on Twitch, TIGG. And the third one would be. Uh, I don't know. Maybe like when I got raided by Tife. Yeah. I don't know if you know Tife. She's
Also,
famous too.
yeah, sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Name.
Yeah. It's just like the big raids too. Like, it's just massive because, like, you know, you get raided by 500 people and it's like, what do you do? You know?
Yeah.
But yeah. But definitely the drinking one was fun.
Nice. Talk to us about your name. How you came out with that specifically.
Oh, Hunterxsati?
Yeah.
Okay, so Sadi is actually my nickname, so it's not my real name. Um, Everyone calls me Sadi in person. And then Hunter X came from the anime Hunter X Hunter.
Okay.
And yeah, I just kind of put the Hunter with Sadi.
Yeah.
Like Sadi. Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, that's not your real name?
It's not. That's my nickname, but that's like what 90% of people call me. My real name is this. I'll take it.
How do you pronounce that?
Try to pronounce it. I'll give you 5 tries.
Dude, that's gonna be so hard. Sitil.
This one.
God damn it. Yo, I swear. It just. I feel like you have to have like the accent or something to say it. Do you?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Okay, it's Sichel.
Satil?
Sichel.
Sachel?
Yeah, Sichel.
Yo, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Yeah, most people call it like Seashell, Seattle. Yeah.
Wow.
Satil.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And then it's just Sati for short.
Sadi for sure. Yeah. I don't know where you get Sadi from there, but we don't talk about that.
Yeah, okay. Damn. Yo, we got some exclusives out here in this podcast. Shit. Talk about times you've ever encountered trolls and hate on Twitch, and how did you handle the situations?
Have I? Good question.
If not, it's okay.
Not that I remember of at least. Maybe I probably have though, but like it's the same thing as like guests having problems with you, right? You have to deal with it. You can't just be swearing at them and like banning them. Like there's always a way. There's a better way, right?
Yeah.
But I just banned them.
How would you say Twitch has changed you as a person?
Honestly, it helped me like be more approachable, a lot more friendly, just like my other job, my amusement park job. Meeting a lot of friends here and there, going into raids, meeting more friends, getting to play with like people who aren't in your skill level, and like being able to teach them properly, right? Yeah, I think it's fun. I think it's good. I wouldn't say it's a bad thing at all. I can go troll your chat. Daddy.
So talking about like the meetups and like people who you're planning to see, how would you say those people have like impacted your life personally? Like what kind of relationships did you build from people on Twitch?
Personally, I don't know. I feel like they would just be someone who I could talk to about anything. If I had problems with like relationship too, I can just talk to them and they would be able to listen. They wouldn't be curving the story to like their own experience, because obviously you'd want their response on it. You wouldn't want you wouldn't want to know their own experience. Like I get it, but you can just put that on another time. You can just say that um another time. Like you try to focus on my story, you know, not like don't curve it to yours because I'm the one having problems right now, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe definitely like reliability and being able to rely on them. Yeah.
Hmm. Would you say you have like a group, or you're a part of a Twitch group?
Mm, no, I don't. I don't think I would. No, I don't think I am. I'm just kind of everywhere. I'm just like here and there. Oh, what's up? Saying hi. You know, getting to play with everyone. But I
Nice.
don't really have a
Okay.
Twitch group. Yeah.
Okay. So, in your opinion, what would you consider as like a big Twitch streamer, or at least medium size? Because we know that there's like big ones out there like Shrub,
Mm.
Pokimane, all that, right? But
I think.
especially,
Okay.
yeah, go for it.
Honestly, people might think it's so easy to like be big on Twitch, and maybe it is for you. Maybe it's not for like certain people. But
Hmm.
having like what 30 viewers is not easy, bro. Maintaining 30 viewers, it's not easy. You have to put so much time. You have to be entertaining. You have to be doing something that most people aren't, right? You have to do something unique, like you. Like you're doing a podcast. You do a podcast what every day, every week. Right? You're doing it quite often, right? And you do a lot of interaction. You play with your viewers. You do customs, and that's something like very you do all these things, and that's what makes you a lot entertaining, right? And you can't just be like good at Val. Let's say you're Radiant and you're streaming. You can't expect average. You can't expect to average 30 viewers just because you're insane at Val, right? You have to be more engaging for sure. You know, so to me, medium size would be like 30 to 50 for sure, and then big would be like 100. Like, you know,
Hmm.
partnered. And then massive would probably be Shroud and them at like 1,000 viewers and everything. So
Yeah. Okay.
mm.
Nice. That actually leads up to last two specific Twitch questions. So, what general advice would you give to new streamers or people that are trying to grow?
Trying to grow, so definitely connections will help you a lot when it comes to growing. Participating, being active on other chats. Obviously you don't want to be coming out as like you're promoting yourself. You don't want to be like, oh, I stream, you want to follow me, we'll do a follow for follow. That's not how it works. um I think initially if you're gonna start streaming, you want to meet people, obviously meet other small streamers, show support, and then maybe eventually if they ask you, oh, are you planning on streaming soon, and be like, oh yeah, maybe I am, blah blah blah. Then they will show the same amount of support. And you got to be kind of selective with these people because you don't want to get in the what we call it, I don't know what to say. I just feel like you have to be selective with it. You can't just like meet someone who has one viewer and expect them to be like showing the same support as you are, right? You have to be able to be like to play with them a lot. um yeah, continually play with them. um Same interest maybe, you know, things like that. So connections for sure helps you. And social media would be the biggest thing right now. TikTok is will help you a lot, right? If you grow on TikTok and you eventually start streaming, that will be a really good start for you. But yeah, promoting yourself in other social platforms will help you grow.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Great advice. Man, you actually made me think of more questions.
Yeah.
All right. So you're meeting people, right? Speaking of meetups, who have you already met, and what have those experiences been like?
I've only met one person actually. I've only met Eric. That's the only um Twitch friend that I met. He lives 3 hours from me, 3.5 hours from me, and he
Yeah.
drove all the way here. Oh, not just Eric actually. I met Kevin too. He's from the U.S. Um, he came down to visit.
Mm-hmm.
So Eric drove all the way down here to meet him. So he picked me up. We got dinner. That dinner was expensive. Holy smokes, dinner was like $200 for 4 people, and I paid for it because it's kind of like it's nice to have friends from Twitch come down to visit, you know.
Yeah.
And the amount of time they put, the amount of effort they put to like meet you and stuff, you gotta bring it, you gotta pay it back, right? So yeah, Eric drove all the way down, and then drove all the way back at night too. He got home at like midnight, so I wanted to make sure that he drove home too. So I had to check up on him. Like, yo, are you good? Like, are you home? But yeah, yeah, only 2 people, Kevin and Eric. It was really nice though. It was a great experience.
What was your impression, and did they like turn out to be exactly how you expected them to be, from
Exactly,
online to in person?
100%. Yeah, exactly the same person. Because I do play with him offline as well, especially Eric. I play with Eric quite a bit.
Yeah.
So I know Eric. I know how Eric plays. I know him personally. And it was, yeah, he's the same person. They both are the same person, and it was a whole vibe.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So you guys weren't like shy or anything at all. It was just kind of like normal.
It was not awkward at all. Yeah.
Nice. And speaking on that, just other random people I could think of to throw out. How'd you become best friends with Cindy?
Cindy? Oh, it's bestie. No, it's a bestie period, you know?
Yeah, how'd that happen? That relationship?
I think it was on my Twitch. It was on my Twitch, and she just started streaming, and I told her, oh, I even messaged her on Discord. I'm like, you tell me when you get affiliated, and I will take one of those founders badge. Okay, so I took one of her founders badge, and then we played a few games here and there. I don't know. I really like Cindy though. I really like her personality. I just vibe with it. Very compatible to mine. So yeah.
All right, another person in mind. How'd you get to know Ali?
Ali, which one?
Peng.
There's 2. Oh, Peng. I got to know Ali on. It was on Twitch. I was actually looking at lower views to high views. I think. Wait. Yes, it was. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was low views to high views, and then, yeah, I just started watching her, and she was in silver at the time we met. Right. And then I was only like in Diamond 2, Diamond 3. I haven't really hit Immortal yet, and I just started being like active in her chat, and I never promote it. I don't promote myself. I'm not gonna come into streams. I'm not gonna come into your chat and just be like, oh, I also stream. You should give me a follow. No, never. That's not how it works. If anything, you'll get dissed for doing that. And then she found my stream. I think she was just looking through her followers, and then she was just checking out who I was, and yeah, and then I actually also stream. I happened to stream as well. That was at the time when I used to be active. I used to stream a lot every day. And then yeah, we just kind of became close. We started playing a lot more games. Yeah, I met her friends too. Met her boyfriend. Her boyfriend's really nice. Her ex, sorry, is really nice. I played with him quite a bit. Yeah, now we're close.
Nice. And lastly, in regards to Twitch, so what's it like being famous?
What famous? That is so calm. No, I don't. No, I'm not famous. I'm not famous. I know people here and there, but if anything, how does it feel like to be famous? Listen.
You can't just pull a reverse card. I meant like so many people
Why?
through you.
No, no, you didn't. What are you talking about? It's funny because like I always see you in chat, right? And then I'm like, oh my god, it's Wilson. Oh my goodness. And you see me every now and then. I'm like, when I'm chilling on stream, I'm like tabbed out, right? And I'm just watching you do your podcast or like playing games. And I'm like, look at this dude, bro, so wholesome. You probably see it quite a bit in my VODs too. Sometimes you get tired of playing, and I'm just like, guys, you know what? Let's watch someone, bro. And you'll always see me having a tab pulled up for you. And then I'm always like, it's like, damn, this dude knows everyone, bro.
Oh my god. Yeah.
That's why Sean is there. Chantal is here. Sean Bay. She knows you from me, because I'm always watching you on my stream.
Oh yeah, this is my first time meeting Sean Bay.
Yeah, she's really nice.
Oh, okay.
He actually does.
I
He
can
does.
confirm.
Confirm.
Welcome
I'm
in.
like, this is one of my boyfriends. I guess.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
Okay. So now these are more specific towards Valorant. These questions.
Yeah.
All right. So, wait, you never played CS:GO?
I never played CS:GO. This is my first FPS and computer game.
Damn. Okay. Best skins in the game.
Damn. Okay. Wait. Are we talking about sets or like every gun?
We could do every gun, or at least the most common.
Okay, the most
Guns.
common used gun.
Yeah.
To me, the Vandal, definitely the Reaver.
Okay.
Phantom, I would say, the Oni, the Ion, or the Blast X.
Okay.
All three of those. The Ghost, I don't use Classic. I always use Ghost. I would say the Sovereign Ghost, fully upgraded. So the
Okay.
black skin. Sheriff, Reaver for sure. The knife. Do you know the battle pass knife?
Which one?
This looks like it's the best one. It's like what do you call it?
It's the best one.
That's the best one, bro.
Yeah.
It's it spins.
There's a battle
forget.
pass one that spins.
Yeah,
Is it like
it's
an
the
old one or what?
it's an old one, yeah.
Oh, okay. I probably don't.
No, you probably do. You probably see. I always use it. I never change
Oh,
it.
maybe.
Yeah.
Origin? Oh no. Oh no.
Only Phantom for sure. Shut up, Chantal. Ruin Dagger. Yes, Ruin Dagger. There you go.
The Ruin. What's up, Trip? Welcome to the stream. How's it going? The Trip. Okay. What else? Is that it? Those are the main ones. Op, maybe?
Op. It's the Ion. 100% the Ion Op. Spectre. Prime Spectre. Stinger. Sovereign Stinger. I used to use that a lot. Ares. Singularity. What else do we have? Bulldog. Maybe the Zed skin. You never use anything other than the. Dude, it's so fun. It's so nice. Like you just flex it.
That's so crazy. I have that, but I didn't even realize it spins. I don't know why.
Oh, when you expect it. Oh my goodness. It's so sexy, bro. I'm telling you right now.
Oh my god. Okay. Let's do. What's the best gun in the game and the worst gun?
Best gun? It depends. When I play tournaments, I use Phantom. When I play comp, or when I'm just feeling my aim, it's Vandal. I think just Phantom in general is a lot more consistent.
Okay.
The only thing I hate about it is the 140 and the 124 headshot at a certain distance. I whiff with it for sure, but not as much as I do on a Vandal, because the Vandal spray, it's not, the first shot is not as accurate as the Phantom. So overall, I think Phantom is better. The worst gun though. What's there? Stinger. Right now, I think the Stinger. Ever since the nerf, Stinger is so, it's shit. It's so bad.
Okay. Eric said the same thing.
Yeah.
Rank the maps.
Okay, my personal opinion, Ascent would be the best one.
Okay.
I put Icebox second. Haven third. Bind on fourth. Fifth is Breeze, and last one, absolutely despise it, Fracture. I hate it, dude. I suck in that map, bro. No matter how good my aim is, I will get shit on from left, right, above me, below me. I can't do it. No, first game on my main, by the way. This is Immortal lobbies, bro.
Okay.
Late at night, so demon hours. Drop 5 kills as Reyna. And after that, I just dropped 5 kills as Phoenix right after that. Went negative for like 6 games and lost all 6 games. I went from 85 RR to 0 in one night.
Oh man, with the demons out there.
Demons were out, man. But I don't blame them. I told queued, so happens.
Speaking of that, so um, let people know what are demon hours.
All right, so demon hour is basically just like a certain time at night, obviously like in the morning, early in the morning, where grinders are you know, they just wake up at like midnight, and they're eating, they're like drinking G Fuel, Monster, energy drinks, bro, and they're ready to game. Like these guys are someone who plays the game like 8 hours a day, bro. Like you can't compete against them. Like they're just better than you in every way, and I've accepted that. I can't deal with them, bro. They're so good. They're too good. But yeah.
Oh man. Okay. Best and worst agent in the game
Best immersion.
at the current state.
Personally, currently best one right now. Uh, can I do like mandatory agent maybe?
Yeah, anything you want. Your interpretation.
Cause there's different. Right? There's an entry fire, initiator, controller.
Okay, you could do like the
Um,
best and worst for each category if you want that.
okay.
Like best
Now
duelist and
we'll
worst.
do the best agent. I think the best agent is Reyna. 100% Reyna. If you're hitting your shots, you will not lose games. The fact that you can just your blinds are one of the worst blinds in the game because it can be destroyed in an instant. But the rest of your utilities are like absolutely the best thing in the game if you know how to use it. Every kill you can dismiss. You can full heal. Um, and then her alt is just unbeatable, man. Like fast fire rate. Um, like that you can literally outshoot your opponent even though they see you first. Every kill again is a dismiss and they can't even see you. They have to hear you. And then the instant full heal after every kill when you're ulting. Um,
Mm.
that's it. This is like I'm saying this if you know how to use her, right? Reyna's utilities are broken. It's still broken even after they nerfed her from 4 to like 2 of the E and Q. Um, but yeah, that's if you know how to use her. She's cracked. The worst though. Um, I'd say the worst would be Yoru.
Okay.
I know there's quite a bit of Yoru mains. I play with quite a bit of Yoru mains in comp, but yeah, Yoru's utilities are his flashes are really good though, because it bounces right, but it's so predictable because when he throws that blind, you can tell where it's gonna bounce off and you can instantly avoid that. It's it's so easy to predict. The footsteps you can actually tell the difference now. I don't know if it's just me, but I can tell the difference between a real footstep and a fake footstep. And TPs, you can destroy it, useless. The alt, um, you can hear it as well. I know people use it to bait, like to distract the enemy as your teammate comes in, right? Um, but I don't know. I never fall for it anymore. I feel like the higher you go, the more readable Yoru becomes.
Hmm.
Yeah, for sure Yoru though.
Ooh, that's a good point about the ranking. How would
Yeah.
you describe each of the ranks? Like the difference.
Okay,
So how do
Iron.
iron players play and all that going up?
Yeah, okay, for sure. So Iron, definitely just started playing the game, first FPS game. No hate though, you know. You're playing rank for a reason, and most Iron players probably scared to rank because of the toxic part of the game. But every game has a toxic side. You can't avoid it. Fortnite has a toxic side. League is a toxic community. COD is very toxic. It's part of the game. You can't hide from it. Even in unrated, people will get mad at you for doing dumb stuff, but it's a learning experience, right? Iron, like you're just learning the game first. Like there's no hate on it, right? Um, Bronze, I would say in bronze, like you're kind of getting the hang of it. Like you know the map a lot more. You have more experience. You still need to work on like literally all of it, but at the same time, as long as you know the map, that's when your game sense comes in, right? Um, in silver, I think silver is the same as bronze. I think silver just knows how to aim a lot better, but still there's no reaction time in it. Like you need reaction time, you need um, improve your game sense. But you know the map a lot well, like more than definitely bronze players, right? When you get to gold, I think that's when you have to start having game sense. That's when like you need to, like for example, let's say in the mini map you see three people in mid on Haven, right, in front of B side, and you only see two in front of you when you get there. Where's the last one gonna be? Obviously, you'd want to check behind you because like, he could be behind you, could be anywhere, right? So you have to be careful with that one player. So let's say you killed two, and they're not in the left side, right side, in front of you, not in the cubby, nowhere. There's a possibility he's behind you. That's when you start having to like think on like how they're gonna play, how the team's gonna be like, oh, we went C. Oh, they're not gonna go back C because they got destroyed in C. They're probably gonna go on another side, probably A, right? So we're probably gonna stack A this round, right? Stack A, have an alarm bot in garage, so it's only one guy holding C and garage. So it's gonna be 2B, 2A. So then that extra player on the B side will rotate as soon as they make contact in A side, right? So kind of thinking like ahead, right? Your reaction time you're improving. Plat, plat you have to have game sense. You have to have game sense. You have to have good reaction time too. But I think in plat what they struggle in, I think this is plat and diamond though. It applies to both of them. Um, it's the discipline. The discipline after getting picks. I still have it, but I play really dumb sometimes. So it's kind of funny that I'm saying this. But in a three, say in a 5v5 situation, right? After you get that one pick, you can't play too aggressively, especially if you're losing. You get that pick, you play as a team. You make call outs no matter what. And um, in Immortal, it's very unlikely that you'll get people with no comms, right? So I get that you're doing bad in your game. Let's say you have 3 kills in a like 20 round game. Yes, you're doing bad, but the best thing you can do to help your team is comms, clear comms, right? Um, and just play as a team. You know, if you're just dying because let's say it's a 2v1 situation and you keep dying and your teammate keeps clutching it, you're taking part of that clutch, you know, because you're putting a lot of pressure, you're damaging the opponent. But yeah, I think it's just discipline between plat and diamond, because I think plat, that's when it starts, the reaction time is insane. Like you have to react fast enough, you have to have good game sense, you have to be able to try to read what they're gonna do, right? The possibilities of them doing this and that with their utilities. That's when the utilities come together as well, right? Because yeah, in low elo it's kind of you just throw it whenever you want, right? Slow orbs there. Oh, they're not gonna come in there. No, they can still push that. It's just a slow orb. Oh, there's a wall. Oh, they're not gonna shoot the wall because they're scared of the wall. No, it's a freaking wall. Break the wall, right? Like it's not gonna stop you. It's not gonna shoot back. It's a wall. And then yeah, Immortal. The difference between Immortal and High Immortal though is big. I think I've experienced it through Booya's elo, because Booya's Immortal 3 and he had like 300 RR before, and I was getting slapped, backhand slapped, dude. And like I was dropping like single digit every game, and I was throwing his games. And then apparently the skill difference in Radiant and Immortal is really big too. So, but yeah, I think Immortal, high diamonds in Immortal, that's when you play as a team. That's when you need comms. That's when you need to coordinate your utilities, how it's gonna work out, how to do post plant, right? How to use them properly, how to peek together. Yeah, stuff like that.
Wow, that was very detailed. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah.
So, in a way, you explained all of it. How would you summarize like tips and advice to get better at the game? General tips.
General tips. Discipline is one thing. I think discipline is one thing. And you can't tilt. You can't tilt fast. I don't care if it's your personality or not. That's gonna fuck the team's mental. If you're gonna start fighting your teammates after the second round, the fifth round, you're gonna lose. Trust me. I don't care no matter how good you are. If your teammates doesn't want to play with you, they're not gonna play with you. They're just gonna keep throwing. They're not gonna care about the game. They don't care if you value your elo. If they're playing for fun, they wouldn't care, right? So I think keeping a positive mental attitude is one thing. And discipline, and no, I don't know. I kind of just play, so yeah. And you know, you'll never. It's never gonna be like you're gonna lose games. It's part of the game again. You can't win them all. You're gonna be playing against players who are better than you, who have more experience than you. You're gonna play against Smurfs, and these Smurfs are probably the rank that you're trying to aim for. So you can't really complain on that because you need to learn, right? If you're losing, and you know what you're doing wrong, and you know what they're doing, you gotta learn from that. If you're playing against a Jet, and that Jet is literally going from A short, killing everyone to heaven right away, you gotta adapt to that. You gotta expect that Jet to be in heaven as you're playing retake, right? So I think adaptation for sure.
Damn. Love it.
Yeah.
Alright, this is just kind of putting you on the spot. Favorite duo to play with?
Favorite duo to play with? I would say just one person, or can I do
Yeah, just one person.
I would say Booyah. Because I learned a lot from that guy actually. When he was in Diamond, I was in the Bronze too, bro.
Oh shoot.
So I learned a lot from him. So I'm not close to him or anything, but like skill level wise, I'm not close to him, but I learned a lot from him. Like plays, discipline, holding angles, not being predictable, things like that. So yeah, but yeah, that's it. But yeah.
Let's talk about Daddy's Darlings and tournament experience you've had.
Sure. Tournament experience, I've played in 3 tournaments, 2 of them. With Booyah actually, Booyah, Richie, and 2 of my IRLs. So we competed in 2 tournaments called Tenacity Esports, and we won both of them. So they hosted their first 2 tournaments.
Is it just anyone can join? Like no restrictions?
Anyone can join, yeah. So actually most of the teams are Immortals. Full Immortal 3s. So we actually beat those teams. We won back to back with a 250 cash prize, and then after that I started getting busy with school and work, so I couldn't keep up I couldn't keep it up. And yeah, and then Daddy's Darlings, we played in 1 tournament. We played in Jess's tournament. That was really fun though. That was very competitive because it's a point system tournament. That means every team should be balanced. That means every team there's like it's same skill level, you know. So that was fun. We dominated our first game. The second game was really tough though. The second game we played against a former Radiant, and then 1 Immortal, and then the rest were like Plots or something. We were down 11-1, bro. We were losing 11-1, and we came back 13-10. We lost though, but we came back, and we only lost 3 on deficit, but we were losing 11-1, dude. Like, to be honest, I think we did great.
We lost to the same team. Yeah.
Yeah, those guys were nuts, man. They were so good. I didn't expect it at all.
And you guys are doing another one, right?
We are doing another. Yeah, we're coming back, baby. Back and better.
Same roster and everything, yeah?
Same roster and everything, yes, sir.
Oh, wait, how'd you come up with the name?
I didn't. My friends did. My teammates did.
Oh.
Yeah. I just loved it too, so I had to agree.
Okay, so, see, finishing up the Valorant topics. So, how hard is it to carry me in Valorant?
No, it's not hard. You're actually fun to play with. You know, because to me, it also depends on who I'm playing with. If I don't vibe with the person, and then I'm not going to be able to carry because I wouldn't want to play the game, right? But if I'm playing with someone who I can interact with, like, just, I don't know, just talk about random stuff and, like, vibe with. It's a lot easier for me to, like, focus, actually. And, like, it makes me want to play the game. It makes me want to win, right? Because if I don't like you, I wouldn't want to win. I'll throw my games. But it also depends on if you actually want to win. Because if you don't care about your rank, if you don't want to win, like, then we won't win. Like, we'll just play for fun. But you're really fun to play with. That's why. So.
All right, personal advice you could give me. What do I need to work on from what you've seen so far?
I think you need to be more aggressive. I think if you're playing
Oh.
Jet, I think you need to go in there first, and you need to check your corners fully. No, actually, you check your corners fine. I think you just need to check it fast enough, because you can't half-ass check your corners, because one of those times you're gonna get caught off guard and you're just gonna die, right? But I think I need you to play more aggressive.
I think this
on
is
your
like when
agents.
you watch me play, because
Yeah,
when I
um,
rank with you, I never go duelist.
Yeah, yeah, I know you played Killjoy a couple of times, and you played well as Killjoy. You played well. You played the play style of what Killjoy should be played, right?
Okay.
Personal advice though, like I said, if you do play a frag in your own games, play more aggressive. Um,
Good to know.
like aim, yeah, like aim, reaction time, game sense, that comes naturally,
Got it.
right? Like you can't learn game sense from aim labs. Like you're just shooting circles, right? So, yeah,
Oh.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Awesome, thanks, man. All right, down to the random questions to finish things off. What are some of your greatest pet peeves?
Pet peeves. People who tilt right away within 5 rounds, 3 rounds, and they say GG's. Like, are you kidding me, bro? Like, game just started. Like, that makes me not want to win the game at all. Even if it's on my main, I will throw it. I don't care, right? Just to piss them off more, because it's just funny. That's one thing. Second thing is would be like if you're doing something on purpose that, let's say in a relationship, like you're making your partner jealous on purpose. That's fucked up. Because
Okay.
why would you want that? Why would you want that reaction out of them? Like you're making them feel like shit. You're making them feel like they're not enough. So that's one thing. Second thing, let's see any other things. Oh, um, in Val, if you're trying to IGL so hard and it's not working, and you're kind of blaming your teammates, There you go. Then there's something wrong in your head, bro. Like you can't blame your teammates off of rounds that you can't win when you're dead. You know. You gotta think, what did you do wrong first, right? Did you play that smart, right? Did you have enough discipline? Were you communicating enough? Like, yeah, and no comms, teammate. That's it.
Nice. Okay.
Annoying.
A lot of Val stuff related. Got it.
Yeah, sorry about the relationship. That was random.
No, that's fine. It's like general pet peeves. What is your greatest fear?
Heights,
Okay.
and I don't know how to swim, so.
Okay.
Ocean.
Wait, so you're not big on roller coasters then?
The one that I worked at, I was fine with it.
Okay.
But I know compared to like the amusement parks and like Six Flags, I cannot do that, bro. I will pass out midway.
Got it. I see. All right.
Chicken, what the Okay, shut up.
What would you consider as your personal best trait or skill?
That's a good question. Next, please. I don't know how to answer that. I actually don't. I don't know. Friendly, maybe?
Okay, that's something.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that answer. Okay. Greatest accomplishment and failure / regret in life. What would you consider?
Okay, accomplishment, I would say the I would say getting like the because at my job at the amusement park, we actually get, instead of getting tips from people like money, we get comments. So while comments, the customers, the guest actually takes the time to go to a booth or like talk to one of the managers and compliment us. So it's not a rare thing to get, but it's really definitely hard to get. So I actually got quite a bit of those in my first year. So I got like a lot of free stuff, like your free movie ticket, free entrance to like mini golf, glow, and And then yeah, I think those things. I think those made me feel good because at least it tells me that I'm doing my job properly, right? And I'm like going above and beyond. But at the same time, it makes me think: am I being cringe? Like, am I being too much? Am I being extra? You know?
Yeah.
Biggest regret though, talking to Chantel. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Um, sorry if you know Chantel is Shambe.
Yeah, I got that
Sorry,
connection.
sorry. I'm kidding. Biggest regret would be um. hmm, That's a good regret. Spending a lot on girls that I went out with, cause not the last one though. The last one is meaningful, but the first and second one I spent a lot, dude. Like, um, I spent so much. I spent a lot on jewelry, cause like that's how I show my feelings, right? I'm not the type to like be good with words. I'm more of like, I buy you gifts. That's how I feel. But yeah.
Okay, last 3 questions. What was your first impression of me?
Wholesome. Actually wholesome. And I still do. I still think you're wholesome.
Do you remember the first time we met?
When did we meet? I know we played Val. I know we played How did we meet again?
It was before we played Val. It took some time before we actually started playing.
I think I met you through someone. Ali?
It's either Ali or Lily.
Yeah.
Because I know you were in both chats from what I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't as active in Lily's chat. I was just say hi. But I think it was from Ali.
Okay.
And then I started watching you. Yeah. That's from Ali.
For sure. Appreciate that, man.
Oh
Okay.
no, it's from Lily. No, I'm so sorry. I remember now. It was from Lily, and you were playing balloons. It was that night. You were playing balloons, and she raided you. And I was like, I was watching you, and I was like, oh my god, this dude's wholesome, bro. And I just started watching you. You were playing balloons, bro. I remember it. Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. Interesting.
That was a long time ago, though.
Damn, time flies, yeah. All right. Top 5 streamers that you spend the most time watching.
You. Ali Peng, or no, not yeah, Ali Peng was one of them. Princess Ali. What else did I watch? Cause like these are like the demon hour streamers, you know.
Yeah, of course.
I would say Eric. Eric could be one of them too.
Oh yeah.
And currently, I would say, who am I most active in? Not sure. I think Jess. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. 5 of you.
Nice. Got it. Oh, I forgot to ask this one. All right, this doesn't have to mean anything like real, right? It's just, if you don't, then you don't.
Yeah.
Do you have a Twitch crush?
I do not. I don't have a Twitch crush.
Okay, that's fair. That's fine.
No, just cause I was in a relationship when I started Twitch, right? And
Yeah.
then I just got out of a relationship, so I don't really have. Yeah.
Last question.
Should I have one though? Should I look for one? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
What's up, Elliot? Welcome in, buddy.
What's good, Ellie? What's good, beautiful?
All right. Ellie made it for the final question.
Mhm.
Using your connection,
Mhm.
who would you want to see as a future guest on this podcast and why?
Ooh. All right. Let's see. I feel like you know everyone. Like.
Well, I haven't gotten many people onto podcasts, you know? Even it's fine if we know like the same person.
Yeah. Have you done Ali Peng?
No, I have not.
She hasn't been active though. She's been inactive, so I don't
Yeah,
think. Yeah.
I noticed.
She's very shy and awkward sometimes.
Okay.
Uh, I feel like it would just be funny. I would say Ali for the fun of it, you know.
I don't know if she would do it though. That's the thing. I would ask her, but I don't know.
Have you done Lloyd? Do you know Lloyd?
No, I haven't met Lloyd yet, but I've heard of his name.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe someone you know. I don't know. You're everywhere. You know everyone.
No, I don't. I really don't.
Yes, you do.
I don't. I've never met
Who would
Lloyd
be
yet.
who would be nice to get to know? Would you prefer someone with a face cam or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't want you looking at it like a red screen or something with their profile. Have you done Dan?
Which Dan?
Cryptic Panda?
Yeah, I just did.
Oh, I missed
Had an
it,
episode
bro.
of Dan.
Oh, that would have been wholesome. But that was wholesome. Do you know I'm Princess Ali?
I feel like I've seen her and heard of her. I'm pretty sure she's
Yeah.
pretty popular, but I don't know her.
Let's see. Hold up. What about Dev? Oh, Dev.
Dev?
Yes,
Hawaii
Dev.
Dev?
Yes, Hawaii Dev.
Oh, I could. Okay,
Yeah,
that's cool.
I think go for Dev. Yeah, no, I like
I
Dev.
could try to get him on.
Because I've seen him in your chat quite a bit. I see him quite a lot actually.
Let's go. Okay, so you said Lloyd and Dev. Those were your picks. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for the questions. Let me close this out for the YouTube portion at least.
Sure.
All right. So the official time, we're clocking out 3 hours and 26 minutes of Sati talking about his life. Do you think you've said a good amount? Is there anything else you would like to say though?
No, I think I've said a good amount. Yeah.
Perfect. All right, well, guys, thanks for tuning in to the Chang Gang podcast. This is episode 23 featuring Hunterxsati. Guys, thank you for your time. Sati, I appreciate you so much for doing this. I can't believe you were down to do this. I don't know why. I assumed.
Because it's so entertaining. Like I was watching you do a few of them actually.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the fact that you have so many questions and then so many like interesting answers. Yeah, I think it's a whole vibe.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you so much. But yeah, guys, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And stay tuned for episode 24. Sati, close this out. Final words.
I love you, Wilson.